Hey, good evening and welcome, everybody. Well, good evening from where I am. Good morning, afternoon, or wherever it is you are. This is the Shadowcat bringing Shadow of the Broker number 125. This is an AOR adventure module from the GM kit entitled Dead in the Water. There's going to be two GMs. I'm obviously today. Tomorrow's will be Nick because I have some conflicting things over this weekend. But anyway, enough of that. Welcome everybody and welcome victims. Players. We will go from my left all the way down to the far left, and we'll start off with the gentleman who actually kicked off this idea, the one, the only, Mr. Tommy R.
Hi, so I am playing Ragesh Vai, but today, since Zivo is on the case, he is in his alter ego, Eno Palwapa, who is Pantoran Major Domo for Thal the Hutt.
Okay, so do you want to actually change your characters? Oh, you already have. You beat me to it.
I did.
Oh, how dare you. Jeff?
I'm playing Sophia Correo, Force-sensitive human guardian, who recently lived on Kylia 4, completely oblivious of the outside galaxy until the Queen's Spire, a huge monument on her planet, actually turned out to be a giant intergalactic spaceship, and rocketed her into space, and her life was saved by Ragesh in the dangerous hunt. And so now she's kind of tagging along with the broker's agents, trying to figure out more of what this galaxy is like.
Very deadly and dangerous to everybody outside. JB?
Hello, I'm playing Alvaro Hikat, Zexto, Slicer, Technician, Alotech, all that stuff. And she's become very involved with the rebellion in the past few months. And so that's her main mission, in addition to trying to find her evil Imperial scientist mother.
Aha. And James?
I'm playing Zivo the Hutt, a young Hutt, business Hutt. He's kind of spread across different kind of buying and selling oriented specializations. And he, like Tommy said, he and Ragesh work together as Thala and Eno, a dynamic duo.
A bit like Chaos and Mayhem. Okay. David?
Hey everyone, I'm David. I'm playing R2M5. He's a rebel prototype astromech with versatility and espionage in mind. And I guess also, in a way, Alro's brother, because I too also have the same evil Imperial mother creator.
And last but not least, Dan.
I'm playing Aiden. He's a Corellian Fringer pilot. He's kind of the resident one in charge of piloting their main ship, the Sunflare, which it doesn't seem like we'd be piloting today. But he's interested in seeing the downfall of the Empire and finding the douchebag who stole his ship.
Do you mean the dirtbag?
Either one.
Okay, right. So, okay. Welcome to the game, one and all. Okay, despite the recent victories of the Rebel Alliance, flounders in its struggle against the evil Galactic Empire. Desperately short on supplies, the rebels investigate every lead to resupply their forces. As part of this effort, a team of elite operatives, guess what? That's you guys, is sent to the Alliance Intelligence. Sorry, it's not the Inca holes talking. The Alliance Intelligence flagship Shadow Raptor to oversee supplies. The resupply efforts along the rimward sectors of the Hydian Way. So, okay, you guys are on a ship entitled Spinster's Loom, but yeah, guess what? It does look like the same vessel from another time. But anyway,
Oh, by the way, D, we've got
yes.
obligation, duty, and morality.
Oh,
So-
poop. Oh, and we've already done that one. Okay, so here we go. Is obligation, duty, and morality in that order?
Duty, actually, obligation just misses. I think we're at 93.
Wow.
Yeah, so that misses duty.
That's a lot of obligation.
Morality so nothing of anything.
And I take it duty misses, and
Morality blows out.
morality
Nothing of anything.
Duty is
nothing of anything.
It's kind of sad, even though
Wow.
obligation is mechanically disadvantageous. I like it.
It is. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty neat.
Wow, that is absolutely fascinating that everything misses.
Yeah, that rarely ever
Okay.
happens.
Yeah, it does sometimes, doesn't it? Anyway, so you're on a Spinster's Loon, okay? And Spinster's pilot is a female Wookiee named Barath. Anyway, there you go. You got her name there. It's not the Incal, I promise. Her co-pilot is a talkative LE series repair droid named LELU979, or Lilu, who probably has a multi-pass. Anyway, so you're on the ship, and the ship. Whoa, that's weird. Screen moved. Copy. Yeah, and right, I got to move that ship out of the way. Sorry. Right, let's get you guys back up. And yeah, you're flying in the absolute fantastic safe place of hyperspace. And as you guys jump out of hyperspace, don't you just hate it when this happens? As you jump out of hyperspace, you you don't see much of anything due to this really lovely stellar phenomena known as a black hole. And everyone, can you all make me a 4 purple perception test, please?
For the group or each one of us individually?
Every single one of you.
Does anyone have something that influences that roll? Like heightened senses or anything? All right.
No.
Most I have is just a fairly high skill.
Let me see. I think all I could do is I can commit a force die to upgrade the ability of my vigilance and perception checks once, but that's really it. No, actually, I'll do that. Why not?
But nothing for other players.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You said it was 4 purple?
Indeedy.
Nah.
Sophia sees something, though.
Yeah. Well, you catch the idea of the black hole, and those who have actually passed, you actually see stars actually being sucked into this black hole. And I won't say to Aidan to take those threat as strain because you'll just wipe them anyway.
What
Not all
about
of
the success with advantage that Ragesh got?
Yeah, you actually did see the stars vanishing into the black hole as the ship jumps out of hyperspace.
Does the advantage confer anything, or
Um, no, no, it's just that's more or less it actually. The you jump out of hyperspace and you get your bearings. Or you see the black hole and you see bits of light just getting sucked into it.
would there be a way for me to, I don't know, um, like a boost on the next check, like? Because actually, I find this whole view actually relaxing. It should
Yeah.
be massive and scary, but instead it's like, oh, the wonders of space, and so Ragesh is actually totally calm.
Okay. And Sophia, what do you see with your advantage and triumph?
Well, that's a good question. So I don't know. What is like because I obviously don't see the
You don't see the stars, but you're probably just like going, "Wow."
well, yes, but so is there? I don't know if the book has anything for if she like fails a triumph, but so it's something else that's somewhat meaningful.
Maybe she's not
Maybe
even
it's
looking
a
out. She's like looking at something else. It's like,
Yeah,
wow.
probably. Yeah.
Oh, the food in like the dining hall or something. Like, oh my gosh.
Or all the, or I know because she's kind of enamored with piloting at the moment. So maybe she's sort of looking over Aiden's shoulder at all of the buttons and dials and things like that, and is
Well, apparently Aiden's not piloting this ship at the moment.
Aiden.
oh then
There's
she's
the
Veronica.
the
Yes.
female Wookiee.
firing sort of the cockpit of the spinster's room then.
Yeah. The Wookiee just growls and does what a Wookiee does, really. Oh, and you probably smell a bit of I don't know, wet dog or something.
Dara, is
Uh,
there anything? Is there anything like? So I failed to check, but I did get a tribe. Is there any readings that are peculiar about this black hole?
no, not really. It's just a normal black hole. To be honest with you. And Arthur, you more or less you actually see the same. What Ragesh sees, basically a couple of starlights being pulled
I
into
just
the.
don't find it as relaxing.
Would I be able just to add a little bit possible something with that triumph for Alra?
Yeah, if you want.
So I'm wondering if maybe Alra, while she's looking at this black hole, she actually gets a little distracted and notices that Ragesh is packing away tons and tons of needles. But maybe with this triumph, it's like Alra is thinking, it's not that bad. Just kind of resigned to the fact that she'll probably get stuck at some point
She
this
actually
mission.
just pulls out her belt and wraps it around her arm in preparation.
Yeah.
She's like, just get it over with.
Can you get addicted to stim packs?
I mean, sure, if your RP supports it, maybe. I don't know.
Actually, that sounds pretty cool. Actually,
I mean, Jasper was addicted to him for a while, wasn't he?
Well, not really. It's just that he was scared of using them whenever his addiction triggered because he didn't want anything that could affect that. Do you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Okay. The Wookiee speaks, roars and growls into the comm. And it actually moves towards a location, predetermined location in the area. Oh, actually, yes, a triumph actually does mean that there is something actually. You do actually get to see something.
Excellent.
Yeah. Amongst all the stars, it looks like there's like a really weird shape blocking out some of the stars.
Does it look suspiciously like a freighter? Or not a freighter, a frigate, rather?
So I'm just curious, is that a triumph even on a failure?
To be honest, it doesn't actually say. It just says.
Well, no, that's good. I mean, if it doesn't say, then sounds good.
Yeah, it's either or.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all.
Either or.
Yeah, it's. But
So
cool.
Sophia would kind of tap the Wookiee on the shoulder and point to the where she sees this void in the light or in the space and go, "What's that?" She's not sure.
She growls and roars back at you, and the droid says, "That is our destination."
Ah, but what is it besides our destination?
I cannot tell you. My logic circuits are blocked, and I'm afraid I cannot give you that information at this time.
Okay. Sophia's going to be a little wary of the droid now, because I'm assuming this person obviously has favorable contacts within the rebellion to be picked for this job, and so they're withholding information from us. Not very trustworthy of a way. Well, at least with regards to the other golems she's met. So.
Well,
Don't kill it
you
just
could,
yet, Sophia.
No, she's not. She's not going to kill it.
Suddenly we're all cloned.
No. She's
Oops.
just wary of it because she doesn't trust it because it's keeping information from them. That's how she sees it. That's how she's going to act for now until there's adequate reason given for withholding that information.
And a few minutes pass, and the Wookiee roars and grunts again, and the droid turns and says, "Could you please be seated? We are about to dock."
Oh, with
Alright, she
this
sits
like
and
shape
straps in.
that we can't see?
Sorry?
With the area in space that we can't see is where we're docking?
Whereabouts?
Well, the thing that Sophia saw, the droid said that was our destination. So I'm just a little confused. Are we docking with the Nebula B frigate that we can see, or are we docking with something else?
Basically, the frigate is basically painted black as the
Oh,
space around it.
got it. Okay, so all right, I see.
The stealth frigate.
Yeah, well, more or less. It's
Stealthish.
just
As stealthy as a frigate that size can be.
Without an actual, cloaking field, yeah.
Yes.
yeah. As you approach the area, give me a hard perception.
On
All
one
right,
per
let's
or one for the group?
I'd say one for the group.
All right, Ragesh can take care of this one. Does anyone have more than 3 skill in perception, though?
I thought
No.
but I may just have 3.
All right. I'll take an unskilled assistance, though.
Aiden will take a look out with you.
All
Why
right.
not?
So, Palwapa is taking a close look. And you said it was a hard perception check, and...
Yeah.
All right. Oops.
Yep.
Okay.
If you want me to throw another boost on there, say he was using his electro binoculars.
You didn't. Anyway, yeah, you actually make out the silhouette of a Nebulon B frigate with its lights blinking more or less in time with the actual stars that are blinking around the ship per se.
Anything for those 3 advantages?
Yeah, you actually make it. Well, that's more or less what I actually explained. Basically, it's like a void where the ship is, and some of its running lights, except for the green and red, are visible, and they're just blinking rhythmically as a star would.
Okay.
So it's basically trying to be inconspicuous. Okay, it takes a little while to dock, and it's actually docked on the tube, like it does in the end of Empire.
The thin part in the middle there.
Yeah, where the Falcon would be. So basically, it's on like a docking tube, which is attached to the top of the ship. Yeah, there's a few sound of a series of familiar mechanical clanks and clangs and clicks, accompanied by the familiar circling of an airlock. As it opens, you are greeted by a bug-eyed porcupine humanoid. His four powerful forearms have ritualistic tattoos like star systems and nebulae. Starting on the back of his hands and basically disappears under his rolled up sleeves of his coveralls, and he grunts to you guys in broken basic. This be Shadow Raptor Aite Kunsei Cumbridge, and with a wave of his meaty forearms on his left side, he actually leads you down the ship's boom corridor, which runs length of the fuselage of the ship towards the forward end.
Do we recognize what species he is?
No, it doesn't. Don't think it actually says in here. No, it doesn't give you doesn't give you the species.
By the way, sorry to backtrack a little bit, but I think I missed a key detail. This frigate,
Yeah.
is it? Do we know that it's allied with the rebellion, or is this a neutral ship?
You don't know at the moment.
Okay, but we were sent here by the rebellion, though,
Yeah,
right?
Devin. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
got it.
Okay. Actually, he is a boo. I'll spell it. BOSPH.
That's
A boss, maybe?
not a species I'd heard of before, and that's rare coming from me.
Yep.
Yeah. He escorts you, and he's like pointing out with all four of his arms, various locations. He goes, right, the barracks 8th deck. He says you can stow your gear there if you need to. Bridge is further on down on deck 17.
All right, so following
I'm
through, I
gonna
guess.
Okay, I'm gonna actually move you to the forward part of the ship, but I'm just ignore the writing underneath, okay? Because this would probably be better explanation, okay, for about where you are. That okay for you guys?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so basically you've come from this way, where your ship more or less is. It's as I said, dangling like the Falcon was in the end of Empire Strike. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, I'm a bit weird today. I didn't get any sleep last night.
Is there
Yeah,
any? I guess one thing that I'm wondering, does he ask us what our business there? Because this ship seems to really put a premium on staying stealthy. That or do we have covers from the rebellion?
Were
Like,
they expecting us?
exactly.
Hard to tell. He just basically turns and says, "I do job. I'm told."
Oh, I guess this is more of
Oh, you guys.
yeah, like out of character because in character I'm always going to act like I belong wherever I'm going,
Yeah.
but out of character I just feel like I'm missing a key detail here about. I mean, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you were actually asked to help with supplies and stuff like that through
So
the.
are we like getting supplies from the ship, or is he like the supplier, and so he has the stuff we're supposed to load up with, or is he taking us to where we need to go for that?
He's taking you where you need to go for the
Okay.
moment.
Okay. So
So,
he's like our go between then for these supplies then.
more or less, he just says, "Drop gear here if you need to, or do you need a couple of minutes to have a drink or something?"
Sophia's gonna keep her stuff with her, and she's not gonna go drink. She's good.
Okay.
Um, what do they have? What do they have on tap?
It's either water or blue milk.
Oh, never mind.
So, okay, right. So you're keeping your gear with you.
Do we know? So, are we just looking for general supplies, or are there specific supplies that we're supposed to be on the lookout for?
Um, Yep, that will come in a moment in your meeting.
Got it. Okay.
She will be taking you to.
So we're just waiting for our contact, I guess, basically.
Well, more or less. He turns and says, "All okay?
Mhm.
Bridge come." Okay, so he takes you to the bridge. And yeah, okay. Yeah, you may know one of them. Anyway, on the bridge, you see oh God, Mary Allen, and she's talking to a few of the bridge officers. Upon entering the bridge, you're greeted by a commanding view of the distant nebula spiraling around the event horizon of the black hole. The bridge crew is assortment of non-humans at a dozen consoles split between a trio of sunken crew pits. A Murray Allen woman stands behind the captain's chair. She's got her exotic green gold skin and geometric tattoos split from the corner of her eyes like tears. She turns to you guys, prompting a brief exchange with Navigator Kunsei. The navigator nods and joins a quiet hum of activity in the forward crew pit, alongside the Lefarian helmsman. The Mary Allen introduces herself as Captain Hilo Sortoril, and after exchanging pleasantries, she leads you to the aft, leads you guys aft towards her ready room, ready to start the briefing.
Okay, so if we're getting a briefing, then they definitely know who we are, and we know who they are. So this is an alliance ship, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The captain walks through the hatch, nearly trips on a fat, sleeping pet lizard. Stang it bone bark. The lizard flicks a long tongue over its eye and blinks. After extricating itself and ruffling the loose tufts of down-covered skin on the back of his neck, she heads through another hatch to the main conference room. Inside is a large table with a hollow terminal at its center. The captain activates the hollow terminal with a data card, and a ruddy-faced man with grey hair with wary bags under his eyes materializes. Thank you for arriving on such short notice. I'm General Kraken, Alliance Intelligence. As you know, we're always in need of supplies and materials. At the moment, we are critically short on droids. The crew of a privateer gunship, Contest Crusader, recently liberated a major cache of Imperial droids and is selling them for truggets on the credits. Your mission is to meet with the Captain Orlek, negotiate for the droids, and get them back to the Shadow Raptor.
Sounds like an excellent mission to have Ziva with.
What's the Ziva asked what the estimated value of the droids are? Or I guess how much are we being authorized to spend on them?
He looks to the captain and she goes, well, here's a briefcase data pad capable of performing a credit transfer to their account via the Bank of Bon Adan. She hands this over to Ragesh, even though she doesn't know it's Ragesh.
But that is so. Is there no? We can spend as much as we have to get them.
Yeah. Yeah,
makes it easy.
It should be enough.
No skimming off the top, Sivo.
Well, there's always a finder's fee of some sort, right?
That's
They
true.
already found them. That's all right.
Shipping and handling, negotiation costs, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, per diem. I mean, we're going on a sales trip. Like, we have expenses and we need to get covered.
Not to mention, the convenience fee of bringing Ziva on it.
This entire mission is like a look at what Ziva goes through every time someone makes a request.
Exactly.
A day in the life of Ziva.
Hey, Aiden generally goes with him at least.
Yeah, or Dara.
Let's see. So, how are they planning? Is it an auction or what? Like, how are they planning on selling them without the Imperials discovering? Because presumably the Imperials know about their theft.
Good question.
He said it was a bunch of pirates, right?
Well,
Privateers.
The incident was actually reported as an act of piracy. There's no reason for the Empire to tie it to Alliance activity, but they are undoubtedly keeping their ears open.
Do we know the name of the privateers that did this? The group name?
Are they even that organized?
And actually, regardless... go ahead.
Yeah. The ship in question was the one who actually took the droids.
The gunship?
Yeah, I'll actually type it in chat if that makes it any easier for you guys.
Sure.
And then I guess Ziva would want to call, like, Captain Darcy or someone just to see what the
That was
The word
exactly
on
what
the
I was
street.
thinking. The Hidden Daggers,
Yeah.
Captains Elise and
That's
Darson.
exactly what it was. I was coming with Sunken Crater Raiders, but sounds like
No,
it rhymes.
no, that's Gita
Well, I knew
Laroon.
it wasn't, but it's all I was coming up with.
Those are just the first ones that popped into your head. Is all.
Well, this is Sunken Crater Raider has such a nice flow to it, and I
Yeah,
was not coming up with Hidden Dagger.
Second Crater Raider Trader Freighters. Freighter Traders.
Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll give Captain Darcy and Captain Elise a call.
Okay. Engaged.
Hello there.
That's
So this is Agents of the Broker. And actually, they've never met Ragesh in person, but I mean, he's read about them. So he introduces himself and. Oh, what was that?
He's on the Christmas card. They've seen his picture.
Ah, yeah, exactly. And so he explains the situation, gives them a rundown, and just says, "Have you ever heard of the crew of the Conispex Crusader?"
Yeah, believe it or not, they took down some Imperial droids.
Oh,
They
okay.
done a raid and took Imperial droids.
And do you happen to know where they're based out of? I mean, where do you think they would have gone? If you have that information.
There's a place called Port Tuga, which I
Oh,
believe they're
okay.
working out of. Yeah, do you think these guys had Pirates of the Caribbean in mind when they were actually writing this?
Oh, yeah. Well, also just in general, Tortuga. I mean, that's a big, thing just in history. So, okay. Well, we would probably know where that is, right? Or if not, do we? Well, I'll just ask them. Can you give us the location of Tortuga?
Is this to the captain or General Kraken?
To the
No,
the,
this is
the
to
pirates.
Yeah, to
To our pirate contacts.
the Hidden Daggers.
Yeah, it's in the Kmar sector. I'll type that into the chat as well.
Is this port a space station? Is it on a planet?
It's actually a space station.
Okay. Well, it looks like we know where to go. Can we do a knowledge underworld check just to kind of, maybe get some preliminary info and maybe get a boost or two from the Hidden Daggers on that check?
Yeah. I would say a hard, and I'm gonna upgrade it.
Okay. Does anyone have any skill in the underworld?
Aiden has a rank, I think.
Oh, really? 'Cause,
Oh.
yeah, you and I were just talking about this, Tommy. How this is like the one skill that we've got. Like,
Oh no, Aiden can
Yeah.
remove 2 setbacks, but no ranks.
Oh, the most I have is like 6 int. And
You say that like, oh, I only have 6 int. Like, I mean, come on.
You're
So
asking
yeah.
about ranks. I don't know what you have.
So Ragesh actually doesn't. He's more about put me in this spot and then I'll go do stuff. So
Alro
But yeah.
has 2.
awesome, Allro and R2. By your
Why are we
powers
doing the
combined.
underworld check, Mr. Ninja Spy Guy?
Like I said, I'm only just
You were
placed
not a
on the scene
thinker.
to do his stuff.
He doesn't know a lot about the underworld. He just is the underworld.
No, he is the knight.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you want me to roll it, or okay, I'll roll. Got it.
it was upgraded once, but maybe we could
Oh.
either roll a red or just take the
roll,
flip back.
roll a red with the D3.
Okay. It's
We'll just say it's the same roll.
it, it's a major. Oh yeah, can I take some strength for that?
We need our tokens if he's. Gonna take strain.
Yeah, it's a transshipment point for spices and all manner of illicit goods along the hiding way. It's a haven for pirates, scoundrels, smugglers throughout the Tingle Arm.
All right, so it sounds like a perfect place for Thala, the hut, and Inopawapa.
Yeah, I mean, what hut, overlord doesn't need droid servants? I mean, this
Exactly.
is
So we should
Yeah.
totally disguise the entire group as part of a hut entourage.
Hayden doesn't
definitely.
necessarily need to disguise himself too much. He's already kind of got the smuggler look going.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
Same for R2. He's blends
He's
in
a droid.
everywhere.
yeah,
I think Sophia might be the only one that stands out. The,
the armor might be a bit of a
the,
giveaway.
the
I don't know,
blood red
I think
armor.
if we
the
just
large
rub
shield
some
and
dirt
sword.
on her, it might work.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Turn it down! You're shouting in my ears.
Thala maybe really has a thing for ancient historical reenactment.
Yeah, Society for Creative Anachronism.
Who? Sorry.
Yeah, that's for Sophia. She's just a reenactment from some ancient battle.
She's the entertainment.
Oh, that's blatant what that is.
And
Just
then
throw some
she-
dirt
she
on her.
often-
She'll look like a
she
smuggler
often-
type.
She oftentimes asks for volunteers for her performances, Dan.
Aiden will be happy to do it in the Sunflare, while the whole thing is in a corkscrew.
Yes, Sophia versus a ship. This will go well.
Use
So,
heart
do we
secret, you
know
might still win.
before we head there? Do we know anything about the Port Tuga in terms of weapons? Like, is it pretty much a free for all, so we don't have to worry about what we bring, or? But if we don't get information about that, I totally understand, and we got a threat. So
It's probably something we can just find out when we get there too.
Yeah.
Like, worst case scenario, there's a guy there that says, "Hey, leave your weapons on your ship."
okie dokie.
Well, come on. This is a pirate base,
Yeah.
Scoundrels and illicit goods and who knows what else.
Oh, you
Everyone
never
knows
know.
All right, yeah. Unless anyone else has questions for our alliance contacts, I think it's time to blast off.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Oh, I guess Aiden will actually have one question before we head out. Like, so you said there's a shipment of droids. Are we to buy all of them? Like, how many are you looking to get?
Well, the droids are needed for processing signals intelligence, logistics labor, bureaucracy, maintenance, medical services, and serving as astromechs for starfighters.
All right, so you need as many as you can find. If we can find, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's an idea. Ziva just mentioned maybe Ziva's part should be one of them.
we can cross that bridge when we get there. There's no point in hammering
Well, I
out
can-
how many droids Evo take with him if we don't end up with any of them.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's impress, negotiate.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Captain raises a hand and signals, and the huge burly four-armed guy meets you and takes you back to the ship. But if you want, you can explore the Raptor first.
Yeah, Sophia might take a little while just to wander around the ship.
So actually, I mean, it sounds like the GM wants us to explore. Ragesh would like to do a streetwise check, just to kind of get a feel for the less than, because on even ships of this size, there's always kind of an underbelly of people that play sabacc and kind of,
Have the booze or
booze and gamble. The people, the Alliance soldiers that don't follow regulations quite as much as they should. So Ragesh will actually go into disguise just as a random rebel to kind of get a feel for all that. So just to get a lay of the land, what would be the difficulty of that?
I would say 4 purple, and
Oof.
I'm going to upgrade that.
Okay.
Is this for the disguise or for the streetwising?
And then-
The disguise is automatic. He's got a flesh
okay.
tech camo kit.
Yeah, he's probably got a couple of buttons on his arm that he presses, and
Tommy, you can remove setbacks on Streetwise, right?
Aiden
You
can,
know,
I
I should
think.
be able to. Yeah, I can remove one setback.
Okay.
How many setbacks was it?
I didn't say any setbacks.
Oh, okay.
I suggest something, but
Yeah, don't give the GM ideas. Jeez.
I'm not going to now. We're gonna let you use the talent.
Who wants to come with? Maybe
Aiden can come
R2
with.
just as like the droid.
Unless
you know,
Ziva wants
companion.
to. Or
Well,
Yeah,
Ziva-
R2 will follow around Rogesh. He's no problem with that.
Ziva's a bit conspicuous, I suppose.
Yeah. He Ragesh wouldn't beat Pawappa for this, so okay. Oh, total
Wow.
wash. Nothing. I don't know if I. Oh, I don't even have a reroll for Streetwise, so that's fine. Nothing bad, nothing good.
Basically, just waste some time.
Yeah, you just wonder, and everyone's more or less doing their job. Mechanics, servicing fighters, med techs are just
So-
cleaning up a few injuries. Accidents do happen sometimes.
Maybe Aiden will go to sort of like a like the mess hall kind of area, basically, and while he's down there, maybe he'll just ask a few people kind of why they're in need of so many droids. I guess in particular, has there been is there a conspicuous lack of droids on the ship?
Well, everything's few and far between at the moment.
Well, I mean, it sounds like just the Rebel Alliance in general, which would make sense after the Battle of Hoth. I mean, we're
Yeah,
scattered
yeah.
and supply lines are broken.
Yeah, they did have to leave. I don't know, numerous droids behind. Obviously, wiping the memories and stuff like that.
Fair enough. In that case, he's all ready to go then.
Okay.
I'm just seeing if anything I might want to.
Oh, anything jumps out on there. Yeah.
Okay. Whereabouts is Sophia going? Is she just going down to the back end, or she just?
Yeah, she'd kind of just wander all over the stranded ship. She really has never seen or been on anything quite like this.
As big as.
Yeah,
Oh, the eclipse is
like,
probably
save for maybe
similar size,
save for maybe the eclipse.
Yeah, the Eclipse is very similar, I believe. They're both the same silhouette, so there might be, a couple dozen meters here or there, but same ballpark. And the Eclipse actually is probably even a little bigger inside because it's not a warship; it's made for exploration. So it's
Right.
The description basically makes it sound like a very comfortable ride
Okay.
because it's slow as dirt. So your hyperspace trips are long. Ziva would actually like to look around, poke around, see what the quartermaster has, or maybe someone in intelligence for a BPEA-1A Cascader. There's a rarity of 8, so I don't know if the modifier would be here, but
Are you seeing if like their quartermaster has that for sale, basically?
yeah.
So you're going into the analysis deck.
Actually, Ziva would to look for this go to the not any sort of like supply, but he would go to kind of if there was any sort of diplomatic, if they had a diplomatic officer board or anything, because it seems like it'd be something to be useful in negotiations.
One thing I would point out, though, is that, I mean, remember, the rebellion is kind of strapped for supplies, which is why we're on this mission, so the modifier is probably not going to be so favorable. Not that that matters to Zivo, but...
Right, I'm okay with something that's not so favorable.
Look here, take all my money. Something like that, I take it.
But yeah, I just need to know what the modifier would be.
I have no idea. Doesn't say in here.
I mean, honestly, I would say probably like +3, because it would be even harder than just on Wayrite.
Because it's not even really a shop. It's just
Yeah.
they don't normally sell things, so
We have what we have and have to make do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good news about it being +3 is that I can subtract 3 from it and keep it at 8.
Wow.
+4.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Then it's
Actually,
9, which is still bond.
Was it +7?
Flip.
Uh,
Boost.
No, you basically. Quartermaster. Flip me a. Actually, roll me a force die, please.
What for?
Just.
You'll see.
Yeah.
You'll
Roll me
find
a
out.
force die. Yeah.
Right.
They have something similar, but not the exact model you're after.
Well, that's not how Okay. That's not how finding stuff works. I get to roll a negotiation check to look for it.
Go on. Let me see.
And
So it's
especially
both-
too, I mean, he did get a favorable light side, so there would be even
Yeah.
more reason for,
Yeah, I mean, it's a rarity of 8. We decided the modifier is +3. I can use one of my once per session talents to make it a -3.
and eight's
And that-
daunting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a daunting, and I'm gonna.
You can
Great.
always say though, D, that there might be some setbacks involved or something or other, but
Yeah. Add 3 setbacks, please.
we
Uh,
should talk about why there are setbacks.
Yeah.
Like, what are the RP reasons for that?
Basically, everything is in short supply at the minute, and they need things for intelligence and intelligence decrypting and spare parts if things get worn out.
Also, they're just not set up to be selling things to people.
Yeah, this is an intelligence ship.
And by the way, D, you are well within your rights to say, like, hey, Tommy, stop backseat driving. So if it's helpful, that's great. If you feel like it's not being helpful, then just let me know and I'll pull back.
No, you're fine, helpful, fantastic, cool, not a problem.
All right. Here it. Oh. Setback so much. Weirdly, there are 0 talents in the game that remove setbacks from negotiation that I'm aware of. I don't have any of these.
Ragesh
You
has
think
Ragesh has -3.
On negotiation?
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
there's one
you just got deceived.
and negotiation.
But isn't Ragesh?
No,
the
I was
belly of the
joking.
ship?
Okay.
Good job.
And I add a free. Oh, I forgot you can do that here. I add a free advantage. So
Nice.
is
So just success. Straight up success.
He looks.
take 2 strain. Oh, I don't have my. I take 2 strain to buy it for 25% less.
Man, 2 strain.
He concentrates really hard as he looks at the price.
Oh, good point. And I intense focus, so that's a total of 3 strain once we get our tokens back.
He wills the price to be lower.
Oh, dude, would it be okay if we got our tokens moved to this page? That way he
Oh.
can adjust stuff.
Sorry.
No worries. That's one of the things with Roll20 I wish that they would allow us to do is to automatically move tokens. if
Yeah,
we
that would be
wanted.
really smart. Because like, how often are you going to go to a page where you literally don't want them?
What I'm probably going to start doing on my home game, at least, is just have them on the page.
I tried,
You know what?
I thought about that, but the problem is that a lot of times there are adjustments that people miss between the pages because of that. Not for the
Well,
first
in my home game,
but-
we use the characters feature, which you guys don't use here, really.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Not carry them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Goes. Well, this is our last one, and just in case we get one that burns out. But if you can find a couple more of these while you're out there, you're happy to have one of those.
That threat's not there. If that was in relation to the threat, I add an automatic advantage.
Go on, but you're breaking my heart.
The guy really likes it. He doesn't want to give it up, but he does anyway.
He doesn't want to really give it up, and he goes, "Like, come on, you're breaking my hearts here."
Ino walks by and just says, "Time heals all wounds."
But not this one. Come on, this is a very popular device on this ship, and if this one, if one of the others blows out, then I'm
He's
screwed.
named it. Its name is I don't know, something, a woman's name. That's why it's so dear to him.
Totally
Yeah.
not Vera.
He calls it Bertha.
There we go.
Ziva will roll his eyes at him and walk away.
Be good with her. She's done fantastic work in the past.
I have no idea what that is, but I could probably make something better.
That is an interesting little gadget.
I don't
What
even
the
know
hell?
What does it do, James?
Yeah, what does it do?
It upgrades charm, deception, and leadership checks.
Right, by basically it's kind of like on-the-go plastic surgery.
I don't think all the plastic surgery in the galaxy helps the hut.
It basically
Shots fired.
It's a low-powered holo projector.
right. It creates a subtle holographic effect that enhances both the features and voice of the wearer, increasing charisma
But
and
not the
attraction.
smell.
It's like Snapchat for a hut.
Yeah, it's exactly
Little
what
dog
Snapchat
ears and a
is.
smiley face. Hello.
The hut
Suddenly
opens
his
mouth
face is
and a
replaced by an
rainbow
outlet.
falls.
Exactly.
It puts eyelashes on his eyes.
Uncomfortably good way to put it.
So basically, Zemo turns into Eeyore.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
he's happy with that. He's done shopping.
Oh my god.
Is there anything else we need to do while we're here? Or are we ready to head out then?
Dear God, I hope not.
Oh, I hope not. Okay. As the four-armed dude takes you back to the ship, and you get settled in, and Zivo's stroking his new toy. The ship detaches and moves off and jumps into hyperspace. As it comes out, the brightness of the Lissel system's main sequence star at such proximity is blinding. Your Wookiee pilot and Lilo they're both wearing like protective goggles as she makes her approach to Port Tuga. You fear the shadows she and Lilo might she and Lilu cast might create permanent tan lines across your face if she holds course much too longer. Fortunately, the Wookiee turns the ship about to port and puts the star behind you, bringing Port Tuga into focus. The station's array shields shimmers like a glow dome as it pulses against the star's intense radiation, making the particulates of the station's activity difficult to see. As she clears the station's shields, the muddy shell-like hull of the station snaps into focus. A flock of bulk freighters drift near the station around a collection of containers, like a herd of banthas guarding their cubs. And I'm just about to move you guys to the information page. Don't worry, it'll clear up in a sec.
Yep,
There you go.
All right. So, Pawapa steps off of the ship and, just as major domos do, just to make sure that everything is well in hand for his illustrious hut, and will announce the arrival of Thala the Hut to whoever is checking whatever.
Aiden will walk in also looking like a bodyguard type person.
Sophia
Pistols
will,
at the ready.
Sophia will stroll in, her head kind of on a swivel, keeping an eye out, as well as taking in the sights of such a large, excuse me, such a large installation.
Yeah, it is quite huge. And tell me where you want to go.
Well, is there anyone who?
Oh, yeah. Around the edge of the station, a number of docking tubes have been installed um, by Shula the Hutt, owner of Port Tuga,
Oh,
uh, giving Port Tuga the capacity to berth 125 medium and light freighters at once. The henchmen, they're basically guarding, docking tubes and stuff like that. Are mainly typically Mirialan overseers with Gregorian brutes wrangling the droids that handle the loading and unloading. Standard price for docking is 200 credits plus a 500 credit fee for cargo handling services, which is mandatory for any cargo transfer.
Zivo will kind of come down all stately after Rogesh introduces or announces, not introduces, announces him. And he'll turn to the dockmaster and say, our trip here will be so productive. Oh God, is he about to turn into Trump here? Will be so productive that 500 credit fee. It isn't even worth it. Like you'll have so much more prosperity because of my trip that you shouldn't even have to worry about this.
And I thought I was drunk and slurring my
so
words.
actually, before you do this, though, I want to see if we can kind of get a beeline for negotiating with Shula. So, in other words, mechanically, I want to get in the deception check that bad cop.
Oh,
So,
good call. Yeah.
yeah, if that's okay.
Um, yeah.
Okay, so Ragesh talks to the dockmaster who's nearby and just says, Portuga is honored or should be honored to host the most illustrious Hutt Thala of Clan Desilogic. And at this, Ragesh is kind of flashing this wonderful, expensive jewelry, fluffing up his tailored armor jacket, and also showing off his big signet ring that almost looks like it has a picture of Jabba the Hutt on it. And for this deception check, what would be the difficulty?
I would say. Um, hmm. Deception.
I mean, it's just the dockmaster, so
Dockmaster. It's going to be hard because Dockmaster's like, look, come on, I'm busy. I got ships to unload here, and various other things.
okay. So just hard, like he doesn't have any skill, or does he? Or not that he has
No,
to.
no.
Okay.
Don't
So
think there's anything here.
it's hard, and then I can assume that Zivo is assisting, unskilled assistance, of course, right?
His presence
His
is
presence.
just assisting you. Yeah.
Okay. So hard with that, and I'm not going to flip. I'll save the. No, see, when I say that, something terrible happens, so I am going to flip.
Okay. And then
As long as you recognize that fact.
and then I will flip back.
All right, so here goes.
Yeah, that worked.
Okay, so yeah, you are going to get a couple of upgrades here. So let me just double check. And I know that we did it wrong that time a long time ago, but we're going to get it right this time.
I think you get one upgrade equal to the number of ranks.
So a number of times equals, so I can actually do it twice. So I can do it 4 times or no, I can do it twice, so you get 2 upgrades. I can spend 4 advantages for 2 upgrades for you. However, with that triumph, I like to pass that triumph over as an upgrade to Zivo's check as well. So a total of 3 upgrades. But that also leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to leave me with 5 advantages. Can I also move over 2 boosts? Because it's kind of like like a combat check where I'm passing along with 2 advantages, the boost to floating, and then 1 advantage for a boost to the very next.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, awesome. So yeah, you've got 3 boosts, or I mean, sorry, you've got 2 upgrades and 2 boosts, and all unskilled assistance for another boost. So you've got 3 boosts total.
I'm just gonna say, Tommy, that's a lot of free advantage you got on that check.
Yeah, well, I mean, I came prepared for this one, so.
Okay, so then am I making a charm check, would you say? D?
Yeah.
Excellent. So that's 3 upgrades total, right?
Yes.
3 upgrades total, yep. 3 upgrades and 3 boosts.
I add a lot of advantage as well. So I'm double
We've
check.
just got like these Cheshire grin faces, like, "Arrgh."
He's just flashing his cash over here.
Yeah, exactly. So signet ring. Oh, that's different. That's not going to help here.
Yeah, I was
and
only able to
jewelry.
use it just then because I was lying to establish identity.
Yep. No, I agree. I'm just going down the list.
Well, good to
So
do.
basically, you guys actually just said, right, yeah, okay, we could do this with. Oh yeah, she's doing this one, right? Okay. Oh yeah, definitely.
That's equal 1 free advantage from my fancy jewelry. Same difficulty, hard. Or no, cool is a different. Cool is sorry. Charm is against cool, not discipline.
Right.
I am going to say 4 purple, and I'm definitely upgrading this one.
What is Zivo's charm, by the way?
He normally would be 2 yellow, 3 green. Right now it's because I'm going to take another strain.
So
for
actually,
4.
instead of that unskilled assistance, I can skilled assistance and give you 4 ranks in it.
Okay. Before we roll, how many dark side tokens are you seeing?
I see 4.
I see 5.
I see 5 as well.
I
that's
see 5.
fascinating.
That's weird. I see 5.
Hold on.
Now I still see 5, so that's good.
Okay. It should be 5 now for everybody.
Okay, so with skilled assistance, this is where we start, and then it's 3 upgrades from you and 1 from me. So 1, 2. Okay, so this is 6 yellow, green, and 3 boosts. Is our final tally.
It'll be 2
It's
boosts because
what?
I switched the 1 boost into skilled assistance.
Oh, I didn't realize one of them was unskilled.
Yeah.
Did I add? Oh, maybe I thought I added. Okay. And actually, it's 7 yellow because I forgot about my new toy. Okay, 7 yellow, 2 blue, 3 purple, and a red. Oh.
Oh boy.
My business is really huge. I don't think I can re-roll a lot of stuff. I don't think charm is one of them.
I can actually re-roll that since we did skilled assistance. Do we want to do that though? I don't like having a despair so early, but at the
I
same
think the
time,
stakes are pretty low, you know.
are
Who
they
knows?
They
don't know.
could be.
though? Yeah, we should
We're
just
one of those
accept that
situations where
despair.
can trigger anything.
Yeah, let's just accept it.
Okay, so this is it. The 6 successes, 2 advantage, and a despair.
Okay.
Remember, this was to avoid paying the docking fee.
This is a really important check, guys.
Right, this is over 500 credits or whatever.
Oh, I also thought though, sorry, I wanted to make sure that we kind of put in something there about meeting with Shula as well.
Yeah.
So maybe that those 2 advantages can just be,
Advantage.
part of that.
The standard docking price for docking is 200 credits.
we succeeded here. I mean, we got the despair, but we do succeed in convincing them that our business is such that it's not worth charging us because they'll make so much more money.
I guess the question was, were you trying to talk them out of the 500 cargo handling service or the
Docking fee.
whole thing?
Both.
Both was my intention. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, with despair, I'm going to say, well, you can park for free.
It's like, don't nickel and dime when we've got Benjamins to spend. Out of the way.
Exactly.
Or
It's not a bad way to look at it.
are the Palpatines here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got Palpatines to spend.
It's on every denomination.
Even the nickels and dimes.
She turns says that I can waive you the docking, but I'm sorry, but the cargo handling, I'm sorry, I can't do that. My hands are tied. I got kids to feed.
We'll
Be
that's
thankful
fine
you
for now.
still
We'll
have
deal with-
kids. No, Ragesh isn't going to say that.
We'll deal with that when. Right now, there's no cargo, so there's no point in worrying about that at this point.
Yeah.
There will be cargo. It'll be huge, but it's not here yet.
Okay, you're on the station and want to go anywhere?
Well, yeah. Part of his advantage is we wanted to kind of get a line on how to get in touch with. What was it?
Shula.
Sala.
Shula.
Shula the Hutt.
Shula.
Yeah.
So we wanted to kind of get a line on how to find Shula.
Well, I'm afraid to say, she doesn't like to mix a business with pleasure.
Who said anything about pleasure?
Yeah, right?
Also,
Yeah.
also this looks like she does like to.
Yeah,
business
I mean,
pleasure.
I'm trying not to read too much, but it's right there in front of us, so...
Yeah.
Maybe we've already heard her reputation, so, I mean, Pawapa's already showing tons of skin.
What, as in money?
No,
As in,
As in
flesh.
he's
as in literal skin.
Yeah, his tailored armored jacket, no t-shirt, serious v-neck.
Aggressive V-neck.
Yep.
Well, her parlour is top central floors, but I didn't tell you.
I guess we'll head that way then.
Guess so.
So I guess the Pawapa will lead the way with
Sure.
Zevo just behind.
Mhm.
Yeah. Aiden will be looking out for anything interesting or threatening on the way.
Okay, as you're wandering around to the central corridor, you'll pass several bars, a bazaar, a lounge for high stakes gambling, and something called the Biscuit Baron. It's an archway on Shooter's Ring that spouts alien gibberish every time someone walks through. At the very end of the brief message sounds, "Big kick, bargain."
So as we're walking through here, so we pass like kind of a cantina or like a
Yeah,
bar.
there's cantinas, there's bars, there's bazaar.
Aiden will look at Ragesh and say, should we ask around and see what we can find out about this place while we're here?
Sure, but I just want to make sure, so we don't have a line to Shula the Hutt, or we do, or how?
Not so much a line to her, we know where to go to find.
Hang on.
Okay. So we know where to go to find her. I guess I'm fine with just going straight to the source, but if you guys want to spend some time in the cantina, I just wasn't sure if, like...
Maybe just see if we can get the word about like these droids, maybe if they came in hot or or anything like that. Like um, if there's anything we'd need to know before we make this deal. You know what I mean?
Okay, sure. Yeah, that's a very good point. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
before you leave, the um, the Doc Massacre's question: who do you need to meet?
wait, what did you say?
Did I? Okay, I'm going to retcon a bit. Did I give you the captain's name for the droids?
No.
No.
No,
No.
you gave the ship he was on, I
Oh,
believe.
shit, right. I do apologise. I missed a few things probably due to incoming questions. Yeah, meet with a Captain Ogalurk. I'll just type that in chat for you. I do apologise. I did get
No worries.
distracted.
It happens. No big deal.
Yeah, trust me. I more than a few occasions when I was GMing, I missed a few things. I'm like, oh, that was probably important.
There you go.
Okay. So actually, yeah. So instead of, I mean, just to, I don't want to retcon the whole thing
Retcon.
with Shula the Hutt because I think that would still be important.
Yeah,
But
it could be
knowing
interesting.
this, yeah, I would totally like to stop at the Barvi Harpy and get some more information on Ogurk and Shula.
Okay, the Buffy Harpy. You got the information there. Mini Smuggler has come to the Harpy to erase his memories of the past few hours of the long negotiation session with the bulbous temptress, whoever that is.
That's
Okay.
the Hutt, I believe.
Oof, that's scary.
Yep.
Anyway, the Barbie Harpy is in full swing with species of all kinds, drinking, dancing, fighting, and generally carrying on and having a wildly fine time. The music consists of a lively quartetra and a synthol duet, masterfully played by a pair of Zabrak, and the rhythmic stomping of all those dancing and clapping along.
So Ragesh, before going up to the bar, kind of wants to. Actually, no. He will go to the bar, and this isn't so much a charm check, but more of a streetwise check where he wants to. He'll start just talking about his hut's interest in droids. He's not going to talk about specific droids or anything like that. He'll just talk about how Follow the Hut, pays very well for droids, that sort of thing.
The
So,
Just bringing it up.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Aiden will provide unskilled assistance since I know Ragesh completely outclasses him in that skill.
Okay.
What would be the difficulty of that check?
You're just more or less doing like a negotiation check.
No, it's a streetwise check. I'm just kind of
Streetwise.
putting feelers out there, so it's not even charm. It's just Ragesh shooting the breeze over drinks about droids and how much Thal the Hutt loves to get his hands on droids, quality droids.
And I guess could Aiden's unskilled assistance basically be him separately, like not with Ragesh, I guess, but in the same area, kind of asking people about the captain, I suppose. Like that's just kind of how I'm flavoring his unskilled assistance.
Okay, I'm going to say.
Or about various pirate captains that have come through here, maybe not necessarily him specifically.
Give me a hard streetwise check, please. Wow. Okay.
Check.
Yep. Yep. Over the music's really loud, and you have to yell to be heard by a few.
So one thing I like is, unless there's something else with that triumph, Ragesh is showing a lot of dude cleavage with this V-neck, and I would say that maybe the bartender even makes a little flippant comment of, "Oh, Shula would like you," and Ragesh is like, "Sounds interesting to me," and just to kind of know that he would have that as an advantage with Shula.
Yeah, okay, I could let that fly. Yeah, yeah.
And with all those advantages, maybe we do get a name dropped with Captain O'Girk. O'Girk.
Um, no, bear with me. Yeah, as you're, getting flattered by the poor soul behind the bar. There's a loud, angry Wookiee, quite mangled, lost one eye and nearly half his fur to a fire. He's going on a tangent in a drunken slur and an odd dialect. Okay, if you can give me a daunting xenology check, please.
Oh, that's interesting. Well,
That is interesting.
I would say that the smarty pants in our group should do that.
What? I don't know who you're talking about. Is that Aiden? Aiden's a smart man.
Well, we're
Okay.
talking about the person who only has 6 in, so we'll just have to make
Yeah,
do.
only
I
6 in.
say only because that is legitimately basically his only talent that he is skilled in.
I mean, he's no Balkan, but I guess they'll do it.
Wow.
And I've
That
just
sounds like a
upgraded.
challenge.
I only don't have 7 in because Tommy told me not to. He just told me, hey, don't do it because that'd make you OP. And I'm already OP, so.
Bear me 2 seconds.
Alright.
It's
I
not that
just need a
you
different
remember.
idea.
I just want to say it's not that I said you couldn't do it. It's more in the interest of making things. Removing more challenge can sometimes make things more boring. So before you get that 7 intellect, really think about it because you could probably put it in other places.
I now have 4 agility. That's a little more interesting.
It is, yeah.
That is far more interesting.
I can shoot and sort of not crash when I try to pilot my boosters.
Kind of.
That's always good. Not crashing is good.
Yeah, he upped that when he first tried it with, what was it, 2 agility at the time?
Yeah, it was like I think it was 3. No, it was just Tommy would always just be like, I'm gonna upgrade that check. I'm like, Tommy, this isn't like joking, all right? You can I have like 1 skill point in it.
Didn't you take like a medium fall once and it was like that's it on upgrading agility?
Yeah, it was like I'm upgrading agility and putting more ranks in pilot.
Okay.
A medium fall is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, skill diversity is not a bad thing, guys. So
Yeah. All right.
I just need a difficulty for that xenology check.
I just
It
said
still is daunting.
Oh, daunting. Okay, I did not hear that. That's 4.
which is
yeah?
upgraded.
anything less
Yes.
than formidable, he just doesn't even hear. So
Basically.
I thought you were talking to another droid.
Okay, yeah. If you want to make it formidable, make it formidable.
no. It's just joking.
Alro has a rank in case you don't have anything, R2.
Hey, that's cool. I'll take that. And then I will also, just for giggles, upgrade it. And just to be clear, that would be 1 red and 3 purple, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Dice are trying to let me down here.
No. Yeah. Yeah. You actually They actually make you. Has you mistaken for Imperial custom agents who encountered this ship. But he's flying into a rage and
wait, that's a
Coming in-
success.
Wait, the Wookiee thinks that we're Imperial customs?
Yeah,
Wait, is this a result
How
of
does-
a roll or just something?
yeah, that's what it says in here.
Wait, for a success, this is what this guy thinks?
Yeah,
Well,
The
I think
success
the,
was
I
three
think the
launches,
success is that R2 realizes that this Wookiee has mistaken us for Imperial customs,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's what it is.
We're a
Yeah.
Hut, a Pantoran, a droid, a
I mean,
Zexta.
maybe it's just
And
this
it's
is a
just
very
like,
drunk Wookiee or
reenactment.
something.
Yep.
Yep.
Sophia is actually gonna kind of get in between, or like
Um,
between
can
the
I
Wookiee and like
finish?
try to calm him down.
Can I
Um,
finish? Can I
Yep,
finish?
Oh
sorry, go ahead.
yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, he has you mistaken for Imperial custom agents who impounded his ship. Only now he's flying into a rage, and calming him down seems just so unlikely. Try
Sophia's still gonna try.
make a hard charm or daunting coercion check.
So she's gonna try
Yeah.
charm, but I'd like to first try a sense check to see if I can delve into his mind to find like the right words or things, like some of his more pleasant memories to try to soothe him down and try to bring those to the surface, other than like to replace the rage.
So, I mean, I don't want to take away from what Sophia's doing, but at the same time, this is a complete alien to her. And if we just got the knowledge that this guy thought that we're an Imperial customs thing, I mean, I feel like a lot of us would just start laughing at him almost, but would try, or at least chuckle, but try to do a charm before. I mean, do you know what I mean? It just.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so she's
actually,
gonna-
at the same time, you did act first, so yeah, go ahead and go for it. I mean, maybe you just react before the rest of us can do it. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking out loud here, so.
Okay. So yeah, Sophia's gonna try to like use soothing words and like try to calm him down and show that we're not. Well, she has no idea what he's saying, unless R2 relays what he's found.
You understand R2 now?
Did you,
No,
you understand?
Sophia-
You understand, droid?
Sophia doesn't understand. Doesn't understand R2. So I'm gonna.
Okay. Do you want to bear with me 2 seconds? Okay, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna drop out and come back in because my Destiny pool just doesn't want to change.
Oh, you might be
Bear
able
with
to
me,
just close down
drop this-
the roller itself. Sometimes that works.
What are you seeing right now? Because we're currently at 3 dark from what I'm seeing.
I'm seeing 4 dark.
I'm seeing 4.
I'm seeing 4 as well.
I see 4.
Ooh, it sounds like Dan is the one who's having the Destiny problem.
To be fair, mine was actually correct because I clicked on the light.
I'm gonna
our
click,
whole song.
and I'm gonna.
Yep,
Oops.
I now see 3, which is perfect.
Yep, 3 is what it should be. So I think
should be
you're
3?
upgrading
Okay.
it once.
Yeah. Mine was the only one that was correct.
But doesn't that mean it's not correct?
If you're
It
seeing
wasn't
4
correct.
now, it's wrong.
If we're
no.
seeing 4 now, yes,
Oh,
because D flipped to upgrade the charm check, I think.
Yes.
And so then it would be at 3. Then I flipped to put it at 4 for an upgrade on mine. And I'm gonna give Sophia 2 setbacks just because this is the second Wookiee she's ever met.
So
and
also
so-
too though, what's your charm rank?
She has no ranks in it. But she
So
just has,
you have 4. Like as Sophia does this, Ragesh is kind of going to sidle up next to you and will just kind of start chuckling, and he's not replacing what you're saying. He's just like, I look like an Imperial? How much have you had to drink? And it's just, but kind of good-naturedly joking, and
It's kind of a good way to point it out, yeah.
yeah, and then Sophia can go for it.
You can actually
Okay.
smell the alcohol on his fur.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what caught fire.
Maybe that's how he combusted.
Yeah, you've got
But
4
I'm still gonna
ranks.
tack on the 2 setbacks because she has an idea, but she's not entirely certain how to communicate with this thing.
take off one
So
setback with Ragesh is just being really convincing here. Convincing demeanor,
okay,
in fact.
awesome. So here it
How many
goes.
ranks of charm do you have? Oh, three apparently.
His laugh is really, really convincing.
So she doesn't succeed, but 2 triumphs.
Well, do you have there's a talent that Tommy could have somewhere in the works called?
I know which one you're talking about, but no, he only has it for deception. So
Okay, smooth talker.
yeah, but
Okay.
I mean, wow. So
Yeah,
yeah,
double
we do
triumph.
fail, but 2 triumphs. What do you want to do with that, Jeff? That's a lot of triumph.
That is.
So
Oh,
he doesn't
Alro
believe
has a
this.
good idea.
There it is. See,
Like,
all right, so
Like,
we could,
like,
yeah, we could say he,
Just
like, he
passes.
tries to take a swipe at Sophia and kind of just passes out. So she has to try to catch the Wookiee before he like just falls to the ground.
He is quite heavy.
Yep. So the two threats will be like the strain she has to work through to keep this guy up, and then kind of get him in a seat or just sit him on the floor.
What I would say is, okay, he passes out, and about 4 or 5 of his crew come over and say, "Really sorry," and drag him off.
Well, no, actually, before
Sure.
they drag him off, I want to talk to them. What trouble did he have with the Imperials? I mean, he
Maybe
must
they
have had a
don't have a
lot of
seat.
problems to get that drunk to think that we were Imperials.
Yeah.
Don't ask, guys. The boss just gets like this at times. Come on, what do you expect from a Wookiee?
I would expect a little less racism from his crew.
Wow.
Hey,
We respect him. We respect him when he's sober. But we don't tell him anything when he's pissed.
So
Something like this.
I definitely want to have a conversation with this guy if possible. If not now, then to hand over our contact information.
Okay.
I mean,
Another
he had an
privateer for the
experience with
Alliance.
Imperials, and I want to know more.
Well, let's just say that he
He might be out for a while. I mean,
Yeah. So
he'll be out for
the
a
sheer amount of
while.
alcohol to get a Wookiee his size that drunk would probably kill many lesser men.
just
yeah,
I'll
the
give
guy-
him the information. Pawapa.
Okay. Yeah, there's just like a Celestin and goes. And the Celestin goes. He says something to do with medical kits and stuff like that. Obviously, it must have been secondhand shoddy medicine and stuff like that when they impounded his ship for drug smuggling and stuff.
Oh, so they impounded your ship. And what ship are you using now? I mean, how long ago was this?
We're stuck here for a while.
They're Imperials on the station right now. They just impounded the ship.
Oh, sorry, not on the station. No, they got it by a different transport.
Okay.
From a nearby planet, I assume.
Ish. Okay.
So, just to be clear, he'll ask. So we don't have we have to worry about Imperials here at all, or no? Just to be sure.
Don't think so. Anyway, the Wookiee and his allies are no longer a threat, but the violence throughout the RP seems to be
Not an uncommon occurrence.
it's not yeah. An attractive young woman in a ankle-length duster grapples with a Quailish thug, the ones with the balls under the chin.
Aqualish, yeah.
Lands a knee strike to his midsection and dropping him to the stinky floor. She redirects the charge of an angry Celestin before reaching you guys. Is this your idea of keeping a low profile? And the mad boffin, wearing a broken straw over his head, charges the woman. She sidesteps, trips him, and cruelly stumps on his head.
Wait, she says
before-
that to us? She's the one in a barroom brawl.
Yeah, she's the one in the middle of this fight.
Um,
Who says he wanted to look broken?
Is she drunk
Yeah.
too? Like,
She might be.
anyway, she cruelly stumps on his head before putting her hands on her hips and smirking.
Ugh,
Well, her hands on her hips.
cut out. What did I cut out?
Captain Orglurk at your service, she says.
oh, she's Captain O'Gurk. Okay.
Okay.
Well, Zivo is he's playing it cool, letting his minions run about. He'll just sit, he came in and got them, got them a table. So he's just kind of relaxing at the table with his beverage
A new
and
toy.
snacks. Well, it's not really that fun. It's a
So, yeah,
practical item.
Eno will look over to Thal the Hutt and look back over to Captain O'Gurk and just say, oh, well, the most illustrious Thal the Hutt is in the market for droids. We heard that you might be the one to talk to.
Yeah, she looks and says, I think we should move somewhere a little bit quieter. This way, if you don't mind. She'll...
Sure, Ragesh would like to make a perception check, just kind of looking her over just to, kind of see if there's anything like suspicious about her, or is she alone, or
That's her
okay.
on the right. Okay.
On the left, you mean?
Oh,
That one.
Sorry.
Okay. All right, so can I do a perception check, or it doesn't really matter?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay, well, I guess let's go ahead and follow her.
Okay, she leads you towards docking bay. Waiting there is an older man she introduces as her first mate, Cog. The man who has a data pad sat atop a pair of crates eyes you guys with casual disinterest, and she suggests that they get down to business and negotiate the price for the droids.
Oh, okay, cool.
She
So,
doesn't waste time.
Aiden
I'm-
will be somewhat suspicious this is going so smoothly.
so Ragesh would like to
What?
kind of.
I finished. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, she indices. Basically, she just holds her hand out to a long series of 5 cargo containers lined up behind a hyperspace capable tug, and she asks you guys to select any 2 containers to inspect the droids. Inspections confirm that. Anyway, so if you want to inspect the cargo, you're free to do so.
Sure. Sophia actually will inspect all of them.
I think R2 will go along and make sure she,
Yeah, I was
doesn't miss anything.
She doesn't know what to look for, but she will inspect the cargo. It's like,
She
yep,
oohs
those
and
are-
ahs
those
at the
are droids.
crates.
it's
Yep,
cargo.
these are crates.
Yep, these are some crates, and oh look, there are golems inside. This is perfect. This is
Oh
perfect.
boy. Okay. How many droids are there?
There's 200 droids in each container.
So
How many-
1,000 droids.
Some droids.
What?
I was gonna say I'll just
Those are some
inspect 10% of the cargo, but that's 100 droids still.
Well, we have to do some
Yeah.
talking. You'll have your time.
We'll
You
have
know what?
time.
While they're negotiating, though, I guess R2 will go around and randomly inspect maybe at least one droid or two from every crate.
Yes.
And something I would like to do specifically is to see if there's any sort of illicit explosions or tracking devices or anything
Well, I
that we're
think-
not looking for.
Do you have a scanner?
Explosions would be fairly apparent. Explosives, I think, is what we're looking for. But yes, one or two, like from each crate, definitely is like.
Okay, inspections confirm that each cargo blah blah blah. 200 droids of various makes and models common to the Imperial bureaucracy. The droids appear to be in working order and exactly as advertised.
All right,
Okay.
kind of suspicious now.
So at this point, Ragesh is going to sidle up to her and start talking, and he's actually going to use good cop this time. So it's going to be a charm check to butter her up before the negotiation check for Zivo. And he'll just say, oh, well, Thal the HUD is interested in deals of this nature, but he would prefer a bulk rate. He is quite willing to buy quite a few. However, you know, we could sweeten the deal just a little bit here with, and I'll just say he mentioned some random percentage, and that'll be the charm check to help out Zivo. What's her cool?
Okay, cool. This is, I haven't got a chance to, raise the stats on any of them, so cool is 2.
What's the actual dice pool, though?
Presents, yeah.
Presents, she's got 3 presents, 2 cool, and she's a nemesis.
All right, so you said 3 presents and 2 cool?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 reds and a purple then. You can adjust that if you want. I mean, that...
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what would be best, because I didn't even get a chance to check this bit out, just to update everything.
I mean, just something really easy. Just, add a skill and, boom, she's got 3 red.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. She has cool of 3.
All right, so cool of 3, and Ragesh is going to use Congenial, and he will downgrade one of them. And here goes.
Here we go.
And actually, I mean, Zivo could skilled assistance with this, right? What's your presence?
5.
5, okay. Yeah, so what does Zivo kind of add to this?
I mean, he's there starting to look through and explaining, his preference for droid labor and how great it is to, you only have to maintain them, you don't have to feed them or pay them or anything.
Okay. So here goes. I've got that. And we've got a lot of light side, so I'm going to flip. It'll be a second.
And I will flip back.
Ha ha ha. So, did not help in that way. However, I think this might be one of those where I'm still able to pass along those even without a success, but I need to double check that.
That seems funny. Oh, hang on. I will do interjection.
Interjection, yeah.
I love how you rolled maximum failures on that.
Yeah.
Vigilance will be... I'll flip because this is an important roll. And I can add, there we go, 3 successes, 3 advantages, and I don't know, the triumph doesn't really do much, so I guess maybe I'll take it as an upgrade. She really likes what I have to say.
Yeah.
She's not liking what Ragesh had to say initially, but now Vivo has convinced her that, maybe Rogesh doesn't really totally get. Maybe she thinks Rogesh is a little threatened by the droids.
Well, maybe
So
also
Yeah.
too, Ragesh just says, "Oh, maybe he'd be interested in just 20," and then Ziva interjects, "I want all."
so that's a success, 7 advantages, and a triumph.
So I can pass along with those advantages 2 upgrades to you.
Excellent.
So I'd like to pass along 2 upgrades and 2 boosts.
2 boosts.
Love slug.
And I will skilled assistance as well. So you've got. Oh no, you're negotiating, so I can't. So never mind.
Right.
So
Okay.
unskilled boost for that one.
I'm just looking
Okay.
for.
Okay,
All the
she
things, I
opens
guess.
negotiations, claiming the droids, would retail for 10 million credits, but she offers to sell them for a bargain price of about 5 million.
Well, he hasn't made the negotiation roll yet. That was just an interjection onto Ragesh's
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm
help
looking
with
for
his
that right
negotiation, I think. But
now. Yeah.
But, I'm just saying that, she opens negotiations with.
Okay. So we'll see how much it changes from there, basically.
Hold on. I'm just reading. I've got a lot of stuff happening.
Sophia is gonna whistle at the mention of 5 million because that is far much more money than she's ever really even heard of. Like,
Well, but she
I
wouldn't
didn't know
even know
money
the
meant
credits,
that.
though, right? I mean, it would.
Yeah,
It's not like it's
she has
4
no idea what
platinum or.
credits are.
Oh, so actually, Tommy, I'm meaning to ask you about this. The last session we talked about how credits are generally shown physically
little gold
as gold
wafers?
coins. So could we have just been using credits all along and not known it, or was it actually physically different money?
Well, I
curious.
always thought that the credit
Um,
sticks are more like electronic chip type things on them.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
both.
They have both.
I've actually
Okay.
watched. I watched the YouTube video, and coins, bars, and electronic transfers.
All of them. Oh, you know what? That's a very good point. Sure, let's say that. Okay,
Yeah.
works for me.
Okay. What's the difficulty here, D?
Negotiation.
Yes.
Hang on, bear with me 2 seconds.
So I mean, we should
Presence.
probably give her one more skill just to update it a bit.
Yeah. I'm updating it. I'm going to give her another 2 in negotiation.
Oh,
So it will be 3 red.
You can
Oh,
do
that's
that.
it.
I flipped. I've got 2 upgrades that you're giving me, Tommy. One from the Triumph,
Mhm.
one from flipping, one from intense focus.
and you've got 2
Okay.
boosts or 3 boosts actually.
I'll flip back.
Okay, that's purple. And go. Ooh.
Wow, so
Oh.
much closer than it needed to be.
So, do we want to try to roll? So, will there be? Is this a one roll does it D, or is there a series of rolls to be made?
It says if there's like a series of rolls. Obviously, she'll start from 10 million.
Just settle up. She's offered 5.
Yeah, but she will, sell them as a bargain price of 5 million.
It's a big bulk discount.
That is a 50% bulk discount.
I mean,
She
this is a
really
big
wants.
bulk.
She must really want to move these things.
Well, I
In
mean, they
fairness,
are
one
they are
first,
imperial.
I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She claims, that the damage from the raid has earned her, an imperial bounty, and so she, really wants to get these off her hands really quickly.
So how much did we reduce that by?
That would be 30%. Kind of would be the typical.
If we're just going by the straight advantages or 5% thing.
Oh no, that would be. Sorry, that was with just Master Merchant and the success.
Is that what
Yes.
advantages do? I always wonder if that. It's been
Pretty
so
sure it was
long.
each advantage.
We were doing them as 1% for a while each, I think.
But
My understanding
we're
is that it's
talking that
5.
was homebrew though. Like the actual raw doesn't do anything with advantages. I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure the rules is written as 5% for each, but I can imagine they wouldn't go below half usually.
You know,
I can
that's a really
take a
good
look
thing
at
to
it.
look up because
I
I
actually have a
so
reference sheet
rarely
here on
do
something now.
negotiation that, or rather, I so rarely have to look at that. So, because we do this all offline. So, let's see.
Oh, actually, I probably want to go to negotiation, not to the buying and selling page.
Buying and selling might be useful too, though. So
I'm looking there. There's nothing. It's just about that's selling the black market. Yeah, there's nothing there. So skills, general, negocios, piloting, perception, negotiate. Um, so advantages generated during a negotiation. So extra success on negotiation checks can be used to decrease or increase the character's profit by 5% per success.
okay, so it's for success. I was thinking.
Yeah, or it can be used to modify the scope of the agreement for a longer time or more stuff or whatever. Advantages may be spent to earn unrelated boons, either concessions, the check has failed, or extra perks if it's passed. That's kind of that. So we could try to re-roll.
I don't know. It's kind of like we just squeaked by. It sounds like we're tempting fate
I'd say
there.
that's a lot of advantage, though. So maybe
Yeah.
if there is something
Sure,
seriously
we
wrong
have
with these, maybe we get a clue towards it. Because I mean, that's practically double triumph territory with that many advantages,
It's easily double triumphs because triumphs are sort of equivalent to like 3 advantages for
or
most.
5 depending on what you're looking at.
Yeah, I would normally put it. I know the book has them at 3, but I feel like it really should be more.
Well, for
Five.
extra
But either way,
perks, how many were we trying to buy? All of them?
Yeah, I think that was our plan.
Yeah, the original
So-
intention was buy as many as we can, right?
What about for extra perks? She throws in some other gear, unrelated gear.
Or yeah, some sort of concession in the delivery.
She'll throw in a tug.
So wait,
Yeah,
haul. That's good.
So basically, we fly out on the tug and just take it with us.
Yeah.
Interesting. Zivo could use a tug.
He should go see Shula for that.
Yeah.
Zivo's already started, or talked about starting an insurance program amongst the brokers,
Insurance
and
scam.
now he could get out of here and start a shipping line. I mean, it's brilliant.
All right. I mean, sure.
I was just trying to, yeah.
Is throwing in the tug for all of those advantages or just some?
Or maybe something with the tug in that it.
Actually, but how much is that worth? I mean, that would be kind of crazy if we get something that's worth
Yeah,
300,000
like
credits.
because
I'll see if
they
there's
said
any-
it was it has hyperspace capabilities. So I mean that like for a tug, like for them to actually say this tug can travel through hyperspace, it must mean that not every tug is outfitted with something like that.
No, I mean, think about it like as compared to like a real world kind of example. There are tugs that operate, just within a harbor very locally, but there are tugs that, go across the entire ocean if we were to think of the ocean like hyperspace.
Probably less common, but still there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're definitely out there. But yeah, they're a lot bigger, a lot more powerful. I'm just gonna see if there's any sort of.
Because I mean, if
Tug
you
is-
think about it too, like if each of these crates has 100, 200 droids in it, that could be huge. Like, how big are these crates? What were we saying? Like, 'cause it's not necessarily something we can put in a standard freighter, right?
Oh, I know what I should look for. Like the action bulk transport. Yeah, kind of. I know there's exactly like a module. Oh, is there a module or something? I'm trying to think. I
Yeah,
remember it from,
that's really big for just advantages, guys. I don't think that. I mean,
Maybe it's kind of a piece of crap.
It could be a lemon tug.
then again, 200,000 crates out of that sort of price, but that's still.
I mean, it would go to the rebellion, not so much us, probably.
Zivo
Maybe.
does need to line his coffers a bit.
I agree that for a bunch of advantages, picking up a multi-100,000 credit ship could be a little over
Yeah,
the
that's a
line.
little bit much, guys.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have enough credits to offer to buy it either. He only has 41,000 credits.
Oh man, only 40.
Oh, and then an obligation debt. Anyhow, well, what if the advantages were something along the line of like, we have a way, so she'll take care of the shipping, and she's got a way to keep, Imperial, like everything has been repackaged and not sealed, but like shielded, so that scanners like to make this shipment totally innocuous under Imperial eyes, just to simplify like that part of this process.
Sorry, you were waiting for me.
Yeah, he was
That
asking
the-
if that was good.
Like basically for the advantages. So we'll buy it at 25% because of Master Merchant, which takes 2 strain.
At 25 or minus 25?
Minus 25.
I thought you said minus 30.
He did
No,
already.
I forgot that it's not successes, it's additional successes.
Oh, right. Okay. Still pretty good savings.
Yeah. And 25 will be a neater number. 30% of 5 million is like 17 and change, or 16 and a lot of change.
Right.
It just is an ugly number. Whereas a
I should
quarter
put this on the
is
company card of the rebellion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Save the receipt.
Well, that's why we have the briefcase full of like what cred sticks, I think. Or the,
It was just like a wire information.
Yeah.
But basically, what I was asking D is for those advantages, the 9 of them, would we be able to use that to simplify the kind of delivery portion? Maybe she's repackaged them excellently, such that no one would suspect they came from that ship, and a typical scan would not turn up anything suspicious, or something.
Yeah, could go for that.
That works for me. So we would be buying them for 37 or 3.75 million. Would be our number based on that roll.
And if this is how much a bunch of droids cost, then no wonder the alliance is broke.
To be fair, it is 1,000 of them.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Wait, how many droids is it?
It's 200 per crate.
Oh, sorry, 200. It was not. Sorry, I switched up my. I went from 200 total to 200 per container.
No,
yeah,
so it
okay.
is 200 per
So
container?
200 per container, and there's 5 containers.
Can we even fit this in our ship? That's a huge amount of droids.
I think that's why I should have thrown in the
Okay. Wow.
He's going to deliver.
That's a lot of droids.
She says the tug is yours as well.
No, I think
It
we were
is
saying no.
hard-
The tug's not. That was too much for the advantages. Like a ship that would be able to carry these kind of 5 containers would be well north of 500,000 credits.
So yeah, how was she, or how are we thinking of transporting these?
Well, the tug that she's got, we were just going to have her take care of the delivery part.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
She says these are yours now. We have been finished. We don't deliver.
Oh, she doesn't want the tug.
She doesn't want the tug. She says she's actually including it with the droids.
Well, if she doesn't want it, who am I to turn it down?
Right.
The rebellion.
Just in terms of just mechanically, we should just end it with giving it to the rebellion. So.
Yeah, but there could be some duty for that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like
Aiden
that.
definitely has resource acquisition. This goes right up his alley.
Yeah.
This whole mission.
All right. So
So
we've
then,
got
I guess
1,000
we'll be
droids.
great. We'll do it.
Okay.
All right. This is going suspiciously smoothly. Aiden is cautious.
Still saying. Yeah, I mean, we'll check it all over and get ready. I mean, I guess, should we have Aiden take care of this side of the fly. Oh, because we didn't fly the other ship here, and we can all just go on this ship, can't we?
We can all just get on the tug. Can the tug support a bunch of passengers, or is it just like a
Yeah, because we need the
one-man
crew.
job?
We're the crew now.
Oh, we just came here by transport.
Well,
Yeah,
we can
because we
go
got
by-
dropped off on
Got it.
whatchamacallit. We didn't take like the sun.
Someone give me a daunting education check.
Hey, brain folk.
Anyone got any ranks in it? Because I'm not sure if how many ranks I have.
He only has 6 intellect. I mean,
He's only got 6 intellect, you know. Something could go
Alro
wrong.
has 2.
Aro has what?
2.
2 ranks.
Let's put our heads together. I have 6 int and you have 2 ranks.
It's
Yeah,
the
you can
knowledge
roll it.
siblings.
Someone's gonna
We work
get
well
okay.
together.
You can roll it.
Okay. Yeah, I just have all the natural talent in the family. You have to work hard for it.
Hey guys,
To be
this
fair,
is
Programmed in.
a random question, but Devlix, are those the like bird people from Ord Radama?
Let's see.
I've never heard of them offhand.
They definitely look birdy.
Yeah, they're from
they
Ord
look
Radama.
like-
Okay. Yeah, I
They
was
look
like, wait a
something
minute.
from Dr. Seuss.
Mhm.
What are they from?
Ord Radama, Onslaught at Arda 1. That was the third chapter. They were the little bird people that.
Oh, I missed.
Oh,
Missed.
that's right.
So same result.
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, you guesstimate that it could take 3 round trips to get all 1,000 of the droids back.
I thought the
to-
tug could move them all.
Oh, I guess
Okay.
the tug can't move more than 2 at a time.
I thought they were all just kind of like, daisy chained on the back, one after another.
I guess even with that, even with something like designed to haul cargo, you probably only carry so much. So
Through the vacuum of space.
I mean,
Should we try to find someone to carry the rest so we don't have to do it back and forth?
Oh,
Just look for like a shipping company?
Where's the intergalactic UPS station?
you mean Space Urchins are us?
do we want to trust this to some random courier? I mean,
I don't
maybe
think
not
so.
random, but yeah, I mean, this is kind
That's fine,
of
we can-
it's a big deal.
We can do round trips, or we could leave it here and just tell the rebellion to come get it.
I would say that we at least take one shipment, and then en route we get them to bring more.
That works for me.
Yeah, we have them bring another tug or two.
Right.
If left unattended too long, the containers could be stolen.
So
I
they're
would
not going
say-
to actually sit there and wait for us to.
Yeah,
This is a
they're-
good
they're
opportunity
packing
to talk to Shula the Hutt and make sure that she locks that stuff down.
Yes, this would be an excellent time to do that. That's a great idea.
Because, this was a huge deal that happened on her station, and maybe we could even give her a little cut. We don't tell her the full thing, though.
Oh yeah, no.
Or flip side, we get. And I guess I don't know how long it takes to get here, but we get the rebels to send a ruffian port crew to just keep an eye on things.
Well, the thing is, we
They have
need
to
to
get here.
head out anyway, so we should probably. The longer we have these things just sitting here, the more risk there is. So we should talk to Shula, make sure that the ones that we leave behind are well taken care of, and then we head out. And as we're heading out, we also contact the rebellion to come and pick stuff up. So just
Is there
combining
any-
all these ideas all at once.
So is there any room on the spinster's loom, like for?
I mean,
The
these
cargo
these
crate?
crates I'm sure are massive. Would they fit on that?
It would take you 3 trips to move the containers on the Spinster.
Oh, it was on the. Hold on.
So what I'm asking though is that let's just get it down to 2 trips, but it's literally we move as many as we can and contact the rebellion to send enough ships, so that once they get there, they get all the rest.
There is another option,
There is.
which is sitting right in the cargo bay.
No, we assumed we were using the tug from the beginning. If that's what you're getting at.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
If we use the tug, can we get all of them, or
Do you want to check the tug out?
sure?
Okay. Who's checking it out?
This might be a bit of an unconventional thing, but could I use kind of my piloting space to figure out if I know enough about this thing to see how well it'll fly?
Yeah, I think that's definitely the right skill to use to figure out about a.
Yeah.
Okay.
R2 will also go along to make sure this thing is ship shape.
You can add your scanner in there and everything. You have a scanner, right?
I have probably
Here's the
redundant
scanner.
scanners.
So what's the difficulty?
I'm going to say formidable.
Whoa.
Wow.
I mean, it's a standard cargo tug, right? More or less.
You're giving it a good thorough once over.
Okay. So R2 is giving unskilled assistance, I assume.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, and I'll just, because I can, give me an extra.
Or I can throw my mechanics at it just to see
Okay.
if it's ship shape.
Okay.
That would be a separate thing, probably. But yeah.
Oh, are you just looking for knowledge check stuff right now?
Well, this is currently piloting space.
But for the
Check out
nature
the
of
ship.
knowledge.
Yes, it's me using my experience with piloting to find out how good a shape this thing's in. You said there was one flip there. No setbacks, or
Nope.
okay. Got it.
Yep.
The hell?
She is ship shape and Bristol fashion.
What have you done? How did you get so many dice?
I flipped, which gave me another green, and the rest was just my raw stats and a cybernetic.
Okay.
Great. And so, just to be clear, because I think it sounded like there was a little confusion, how many containers can the tug move on its own at a time?
The tug can take all of them.
Okay.
Oh, great. That's what we were hoping to do.
All right. Now the other question, I guess, would be how many passengers can fit on the tug? Like, how big is this thing?
Can it accommodate our entire team?
Yes.
Well, R2 can go in a container if he needs to with his.
Well, I mean, guys, it's a tug. If it's got enough room for that many droids, it's got enough room for just a complex.
Well, the tug,
crew
I think the tug
thing
would
with
be
the tug,
pulling
yeah.
all the containers behind it.
Yeah.
So, but the tug would have enough crew
to
that we
handle
could
stuff like
obviously-
this. Yeah.
Yeah, to fit 6 people is not an issue.
True.
Shouldn't be an issue, at least.
All right. So, where do we go from here? We go get on the tug then, and taking it out, or are we going to the hut first?
Well, we were going to
Do we
go
need
to the hut.
Yeah, is the question.
We were going to go to the hut to get security potentially, but we're just going to.
Yeah, it sounds
Take
like
all of it at
we're
once.
fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's all hop on the tug then, and maybe radio the rebellion on the way in, or calm them and let them know that
We're coming with.
we're going with 1,000
with their
droids.
goodies.
How much time has passed with all of this going on? I mean, in other words, I just want to know if there's a way that we can talk to that Wookiee before we head out.
Yeah, you can talk to the Wookiee if you want.
So we'll say, I guess either we go meet with him or
Yeah, because
or
I
he
mean,
calls.
I'm sure that moving all of these crates, it's going to take some time and just getting everything ready to go. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Ragesh would just want to talk to him since he, had a scuff up with some Imperials. So that would definitely pique Ragesh's interest.
Which Wookiee?
the drunk one.
The half-burned one that fell on Sophia.
If it's not possible,
pickled
I
Wookiee.
totally get it. But yeah, I just wanted to
No.
check.
No, he's gone.
Oh, he's
Okay.
still out.
He's still out.
All right, well, let's get going and get back to base, or to the Shadow Raptor rather.
Okay. Do you have the coordinates?
Well, why
assume
wouldn't
we
have
have the
we
coordinates
we
for
wouldn't
the-
have left
Oh,
without
yeah.
a way to come back?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess we were meant to go back with that, with the original freighter, so they had the coordinates.
They've got.
can always radio
Imagine
them
if
and
we were
let
going
them
to
know.
buy a crap ton of droids. They would have had a plan for us to get back with a crap ton of droids.
Yeah.
Flip a destiny point. We know the way back.
Yeah.
So I was going to say I could use my recorder cybernetic to try to remember. To be an easy vigilance check. My neural recorder.
Okay. Make the
But-
roll.
Either way, I would say it was a destiny flip, but it's not like we're short on destiny, so I'm fine with whatever.
Either way, does Aiden or someone need to make an astrogation check to get there, or do we just go? Because we have the coordinates in some shape or form, probably.
I still need the education to plot out the course.
Yeah. Because every time I've ever needed to use to plot the course, I have to make an astrogation
Yeah,
check. So please
that's
make
fine.
an astrogation check.
What is the difficulty? We have the coordinates, so it's not like we don't know where we're going exactly.
Give me a hard, please.
Hard. Does anyone have 6 int that I can borrow, R2?
Oh, sorry, fresh out.
Sophia has an R2 unit with 6 cents you can use.
Okay.
God.
Add 52 credits for the next hour and a half.
Wait, what?
Add 52 credits for the next hour and a half.
Like I'm a payphone. Got it. I
Oh,
get
yeah.
the joke. All right, yeah. 6 int and 2 ranks, whatever you need.
Yeah. What was the difficulty again? Sorry.
Hard, I think.
Hard. Okay. And anything else on it, or is that it?
No. But if
Okay.
you want, I can flip. There you go.
I mean, it's up to you. All right. You know what? We have the light side. I'll up my skill as well here. Ooh. Well, it's a good thing I have a couple ranks of second chances, which means I can re-roll 2 of those dice.
Aha.
So let's go with that one and the one that rolled 2 advantages. So the blank one and the one with 2 advantages on it, I'll roll. Aha!
Yay.
So I type it in, and I punch it in there, and I'm like, wait, no, those ones aren't right. I
Hang on a minute.
change them real quick.
Are you sure you want to jump there?
Or maybe it's like you
Cancel,
press,
cancel.
but you don't let go right at that moment. Like you're like, oh, wait a minute.
An extra 3 of the same coordinates come up.
Like, wait a minute, did I remember to carry the 1?
Yeah. There's a typo there. Hold on a sec. All right, I got it. And that triumph, something really good happens, but who knows what.
It's up to you. Your triumph.
Yeah, I mean, for an astrogation check, it's usually just getting there in record time, basically, but we don't really need to make a return trip, as far as I know. So getting a boost for that route doesn't really make much sense.
I mean, you can do some of it to assure that our trip is uneventful and quiet, like we hope.
Yeah, we could go for that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, so we can wipe strain then.
Yeah, do you want to take a 5-minute break?
Okay.
Okay, we'll take a 5-minute break. And welcome back to Shadow of the Broker number 125, Dead in the Water. Anyway, we have just made the jump to hyperspace, and you make it back to the familiar surroundings of Shadow Raptor and the beautiful, beautiful backdrop, which thanks to NASA
I didn't
Uh,
realize NASA was sponsoring this game.
no, I went
On their
their
budget, I'd
website.
be surprised if they sponsor most of
I
Hey, they got a man to the moon on that budget.
That's true.
I'm as surprised as everyone
Uh,
else.
this is a really, really nice picture that I got off of NASA. So thanks, guys. Yeah. Anyway, you make the jump, and your tug goes into the docking bay, and the crates are opened up, and you're taken up to the main bridge again. Let me get rid of them.
I'll say we told our ride that we were taking a different way back, by the way. Just so they weren't just left
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Station.
I guessed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, Joe was around as well. Yeah, it's typical, isn't it? Yeah. So you're back on the bridge, and you're in conference with General Kraken and the Miriam captain. The Kraken, sorry, General Kraken is on Hollow again, and he goes, "Oh, well done. You can't know how badly we needed these droids. Good job. I'll say you all at the fleet, Kraken out." Kraken's, yeah. Sorry. You're in the conference room with General Kraken, already on Hollow with the captain, and a newly acquired protocol droid. Kraken orders all the droids' memories wiped while en route to the rendezvous with the Alliance fleet.
Whoa! Don't we want to see what the droids have? I mean, these are Imperial droids. There could
Right.
be interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
R2 can make an interesting check.
It's possible. And he says, "Well, congratulations. You can't know how badly we need these droids. Good job. I'll see you all at the fleet." Cracking out. His visage contracts towards the table and to nothingness, as if swallowed by a black hole. The high tone blasts twice over the ship's intercom. "Attention all hands, attention all hands. Make ready for the jump to hyperspace. Batten all down the hatches, my hearties, fore and aft, and assume jump positions." The message repeats, and moments later, the deck hums with the jump. Right, deck hums with energy as the Shadow Raptor comes out to its jump vector. The momentary launch throws your senses of gravity to all sides and the room at once. As the Raptor engages its hyperdrive, the small hum of hyperspace is interrupted by a violent rumble below deck, followed by two muffled pops. The lights flicker and emergency klaxons wail. The Raptor twists and tumbles uncontrollably through hyperspace. Overloading the inertial dampeners, you remember stories of the lost pyramidal explorer, the Queen of Random, and a dozen other famous ships lost, never to be heard of again. One final boom rocks the Raptor into silence. Deck plates are no longer humming. The alarms have stopped. The ship isn't in hyperspace anymore, and the ion engines are silent.
Okay. Well, we need to find out what happened. Like, we need to get back. We need to get down to wherever this happened. So, I guess I'll look at the nearest technician and just say, where did those explosions come from? Well, obviously, it's going to be the hyperdrive. So,
Yeah, where's the hyperdrive? I guess would be the question.
yeah.
The
Oh, it's all the way
hyperdrive
down
is-
that spine, isn't it?
Yep. Bear with me. I'm actually trying to copy in these copy your. Right. Okay. I'm now going to move you to the lovely page. Oh, look, there you are. I didn't need to copy you.
Well, there was some strain on there, probably. I don't know.
Okay, what I'll do is. I will. Oh, damn thing.
I don't know how many of us had it, but
I don't know.
it might have just been Alro and Sivo.
Bear with me 2 seconds. I just need to get rid of that. And that. Let's
Well,
delete.
we said that with the trip, you could just wipe your
That was the
strain.
background.
So
Yeah, sorry. I think I accidentally got rid of the.
Control Z, hurry up.
Is it Control Z? Right. Okay.
Assuming undo works here, which I think it does.
Undo. Yay!
Yeah, put that on the background layer. That way you don't have to worry about that
Oops.
happening.
Yeah, that's probably what I forgot to do. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'm gonna do first.
Well, you can just right click on it and move it to the background layer. Yeah.
Yeah, I've already moved it to the back. Just give me. Okay. Right. We will. Them and we will then. There you go. So no, I don't think you guys had any strengths. So we'll move a few down to that. Okay. Now, yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. Right. Okay. Iron engines are silent. Yeah, okay. Without warning, there's actually, yeah. Okay, bear with me 2 seconds. Yeah, right, okay. Right, there's 4 hatches in a conference room, but they are sealed shut. The first leads forwards to the captain's red room and through there to the bridge. The second leads aft towards the escape pods. The third leads amidships towards a passageway to the turbo lifts and to the TAO's war room, which is the tactical action officer. And through the latter to the bridge. The final hatch leads to a small conference room. Yeah, so there you go.
Okay.
So we want to head back towards the engines, I assume. So
yeah.
Which one would take us that direction?
That would be the one that would take you out to the bridge.
Well, not the bridge. We were in the bridge, right? So
Yeah,
No,
we're trying to get back to
in the conference room.
Well, we're trying to get to the hyperdrive. That should be in the engine section, though.
Yeah.
On the other end of the spine.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Below are some writings which I thought would probably be helpful here. Below the ship, saying hatches and hulls.
Oh,
If
okay.
that helps.
All right, yeah, let's get to it.
Yep, let's get down there.
Oh, that has spoilers in it. Not that, we couldn't figure that out, but, just keep that in mind.
So
So not knowing any of that, we would probably go for a computer's check.
Okay, so you're more or less there on the bridge. Right.
So we're trying to head back up.
Yeah. You're trying to head spineward, so back and up.
I'm going to
across.
ask the nearest technician, though, can we get a visual on that section of the ship? Like, what's going on?
A junior officer named. Okay. Right. A junior officer named Lieutenant Hastings. He contacts you by the Warcom, and you go, well, the captain's gone out, and he goes, captain's assessing the damage and assures you that tech is on the way to open up the hatches, and he says, we've dropped out of hyperspace and is presently on a slow but uncontrolled spin towards the black hole.
Wait a minute. We got into hyperspace and we're still close to the black hole?
I think maybe like it started and then just dropped right out.
Yeah.
Like maybe not quite as
far as you want.
The Falcon dying out.
Yeah.
Maybe like it started and then just.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, I mean, hyperspace is so fast that even being in hyperspace for a split second is going to move you. You know what I mean? Like, so did we not get into hyperspace, or we did, or?
You made the jump, but the explosion.
The explosion happened as the
you
jump
out.
was starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, but what about Ragesh's question on visual for that side of the ship? What's going on?
We've got nothing on that side of the ship at this moment.
Because of, I mean, why not?
Cameras are down. We are trying to get things operational again. And
do we have any communication with people on that side? I mean, there are people over there, so.
Communication systems are offline at that end.
Personal communications. There's no like comm links or shortwave radio type things.
There's just interference. Internal comms are down, and there's just static coming from comms.
Can we look out a window to see if the back of the ship is still attached, or are we talking like half our ship is gone?
You can't see it as it's.
It looks like the way this is designed, you'd kind of only be facing the other way.
Yeah.
Right, but if you came down to like here, you could look backwards and see what was back there. But I'm not saying if we were up here to try to lean out one of these windows, but if you were here,
lean out a window.
Lean out a-
Yeah, just crack it a bit.
Pardon me while I get sucked into space.
Okay, well,
Actually, could actually fill the hole eventually, but would actually get sucked out slowly.
so yeah, let's just get those computer checks going and opening the hatches and getting through there. I mean,
we also want to make sure that we're not opening hatches to areas that are venting. That would be bad.
right.
That's just a thing to think about.
I mean, shouldn't we be able just to tap into the life support system and see which parts of the ship actually have life support? That would be an indirect way to know what's going on.
Just a general computers check to see the status of the ship.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, go on then. Make the roll.
What's the difficulty?
Say daunting.
Okay, is there any setbacks, any system, stuff like that?
I'm going to upgrade it, and I'm going to give you 3 setbacks due to the intermittent power going through the station you're at, or the other stations that you're near.
Okay. I'll do. I do brace to reduce one of those setbacks.
It's more of an environmental thing. I don't know
Yeah.
if that.
Yeah, I guess that's fair enough.
That's like you can't brace yourself against computer problems as much as I would like to.
It's called banging it with your fist. That's what braces it.
That's percussive maintenance. There's difference.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll take Master Slicer and reduce the difficulty by 1.
And hitting it also gives it more damage.
It's true. If anything, that would increase the setbacks. So you
Okay.
got some.
You get into the system, well, some information. Ion engines, hyperdrive, life support, hatch control, communication systems are all offline.
What can I turn on from here?
Wait, I mean, life support can't be offline. I mean, we still have life support, so.
I
But
think she meant in that portion,
Right.
Maybe. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, in that section.
Is there anything I can turn on from here?
No.
What does the threat come out to in this case?
I'm going to say take that as strain.
Sure.
And then the voice is Hastings goes, wait, something's happening. Hastings' voice shakes with anxiety. A hatch opens and unleashes a cacophony of clanks, shouts, blaster fire, followed by a mechanical voice devoid of any emphasis or emotion. This ship is now property of the Galactic Empire. You are my prisoners. Take them away. The Warcom cuts out, replaced by the iron resolve of Captain Sortel's voice. This is Captain Sortel. I'm trapped in the bridge thresher and they'll discover me at any moment. Our hyperdrive has coordinates to the rebel fleet. We cannot let that information fall into Imperial hands. Your team is our only hope.
Well, we're on the bridge, right?
Yeah, can we end the lockdown right now?
It must have been auto-checked. Just throwing her under the bus.
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Not from that location.
Yeah, it says, I mean, like, you're the GM, but it says right there that we can end the lockdown with a computer pressing the bridge.
Fair enough. JB does have a point, I think.
Wouldn't end the lockdown let the droids? I mean, I'm only just thinking about the ramifications therein.
That's only for the hatch. I guess it lets us like avoid having to constantly deal with every single hatch.
Oh, okay.
So, okay. As far as Sophia knows.
Oh, but that's from the damage control console in engineering, so we have to get to engineering. Oh,
No, it
but
says
daunting
over-
from the bridge. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
Oh. The ship's broke, overrun with these droids, right? That's effectively what's happening.
That's what it appears. Yeah.
Okay. So Sophia is just going to sort of draw weapons and, I don't know,
Be ready.
be ready in case those those crazed golems try to work their way in here.
I mean, the good news is it was like it wasn't 1,000 battle droids. It was like 1,000 assorted droids.
Yeah.
It's like the
Yeah.
variety pack.
Well, let's
So,
hope
like-
so before you know.
Yeah,
So
for all
you
we know,
can-
they're all stealth battle droids.
So now you can die in a variety of ways.
Aiden will actually say though, if we do encounter any of these droids and it comes to a fight, try to keep at least one of them intact. We want to be able to get under the hood there and see what's going on with these.
All right.
R2 might be able to figure out what's happening with their programming.
Okay.
Aiden, make me a vigilance test, please.
Me specifically?
Why?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
3 purple.
What? Okay. Yeah, I'm not passing this.
The reason why it's
Hey,
Oh, wow. I passed it.
With your comment, with we can let R2
Get under their hood.
look under the hood. What if if they have a virus or something could affect R2?
That's if that it is, and then it would be sort of R2 fighting against that, whatever that would be.
I will leave the decision up to whether or not to take that risk to R2.
I think I can make it.
See,
The
there you
worst
go.
thing that happens, you have to fight a very angry astromech.
That's not intimidating at all.
Yeah, the worst thing that happens is if it does affect me, the worst case scenario is that I'm still capable of going on about killing you in my own way, which means you won't know that I'm coming to kill you until you're all asleep.
Or it'll happen after you get under its hood, and you'll freak out, and then we'll just, like, I don't know, restrain you? Or power you down?
Anyway.
Yeah.
Let us continue. So I guess the question then is Alro ending the lockdown? Or would that be a separate check, or would that be the check that Alro already made?
Well, it's a separate check, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine doing it right now as long as Daryl's going to be doing it.
I'm happy with you. If you want to end it, I'll let you end it.
Yeah, I mean, it does mean that the doors will always be open all the time, so people can just move around, including the droids, but they can move around anyways, probably, so.
That
For
was
that
close.
For that triumph, actually, I have an idea. If you don't mind me putting it forward.
Well, yeah, sure, go ahead.
My idea is maybe the hatches only respond to us.
That's a good triumph.
Like they stay closed until we get there, and then they open for us.
Like they only open for organics.
Yeah. And friends.
Oh, R2.
Well, right now the mission is running amok in the ship, so
We need to contain the mission. Yeah.
That just means the mission parameters have shifted.
So here's a question though. Do we want to risk having our smarty pants with us, or should they stay here in case they need to still do some stuff while the more combat oriented people start heading down to?
Well, part of it is we're heading to engineering where there is a broken engine that we need to fix.
Well, see,
we've
now
got-
that's
Right.
the perk of having like 2 technicians.
we also have
All
2
of
of them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So I think we should have one stay.
Alro's the more able to defend herself.
Yep.
And plus, she'll have the bridge team to assist her.
So you just tell me where I'm rolling.
You're rolling with us, R2.
Okay. And she's got like 4 arms, so she can run a computer and fight.
Does anyone want to stay with Alro, or
With Alro staying on the bridge, Zivo can go anywhere. He talks good. He fights good. He doesn't think good.
It is apparent.
As evidenced by that sentence.
He doesn't think good.
Yeah.
Fine. He doesn't think goodly.
Well, I think is the word we were looking for.
Well, goodly, they both work.
Anyway,
So yeah, I would say that. Well, actually, I guess RP wise, we should be asking Alro and R2 like where do they want to go? Who wants to stay and who wants to go down to the engineering?
there could definitely be some mechanics going on, so Aiden will turn to R2 and say, we could have good use for that fusion torch coming up.
Yeah, no, R2, despite being, lacking any combat orientation, he loves forging ahead into these unknown missions where the excitement is.
Yeah, and if anything
Actually,
happens, like Alro can kind of defend herself, so she doesn't need us all there. So yeah,
But that said, even if he's not good at it, that doesn't mean that R2 might not want to go charging in.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's not
So-
the timid sort.
All right, cool. So let's Alro, if you're okay staying here, the rest of us will head towards the engineering section.
Yeah, that's fine. She's okay.
Oh, geez, it's so hard not to look at all this information. Yeah, D, just a tip in the future, you can do fog of
Yeah.
war, and you can hide all of this stuff.
Right.
You can also just crop it before you put it up there, too.
Nor
Yeah,
you
so
go can just do what I do, ignore it completely.
Yeah, sometimes I'm still not 100% on fog of war.
Pretty sure it's mostly just draw a shape on that layer. Like when you're in that mode.
Yeah, and then
And the players can't see it.
yeah, and cropping sometimes kills half of some of the information I need.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I can do that. I can rejoin as a GM and just hide that. But I'll
Yeah.
do that. I mean, I'll just ignore it. That's fine.
Here, let me just do this then.
Yeah, you could just draw a box over it.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
I can't.
Maybe a see-through.
I can't.
Just
not
highlight
Or
it.
a filled-in box.
Yeah, you can fill it in. Like, I'll do that for this one. There we
Does
go.
that fill it in? Is
You
mine
have to
filled
select
in?
both- you have to select both colors. One of them was transparent, so.
Oh, hey, there we go. Now I remember how to do it. I totally forgot stuff from our time.
Yep.
Playing around with this, Dan. See? There you go. Fog of Ward.
Player created. Top quality.
Use the fog of ward.
10 out of 10 would fog again.
And it's colorful, too,
Right, I'm going to move you guys over to there.
So only does Alro want Zivo to stay with her at the front? And I'm happy to do it.
What like she's not the one to suggest that someone doesn't go somewhere, So if
You worried
it's-
about getting jumped all by her lonesome?
not
Obviously,
really.
There's
She does have the
strapping-
bridge. But, yeah.
There's the strapping bridge crew to protect her.
She's
All
got
right,
a
then.
bridge crew and 4 arms. You're never seen Alro quad wielding.
Now that
Oh,
she's-
actually, before we go though, I'm just going to kind of, look at Alro and just kind of tap on my own wrist, just be like, you know what time it is.
she'll hold out a hand for the needle, because if you do it now, then it won't. How long is it for?
For an encounter. So
Yeah, so she'll say, "Just give me the needle," and then she can use it herself.
oh, that's right, you've got medical. Okay, so we'll do it that way.
So Sophia's kind of watching this, really with really fascinated, because she's never seen someone inject drugs into another person before. It's always been like things
Consumed.
in potions or eaten,
Magic powders.
or creams of various natures.
Now we use tiny hollow daggers.
And
And mugs of ale or mead.
Yeah. So Aiden will go over to Sophia, just like, we'll talk. You can talk about it later. Ragesh just really likes sticking people with needles.
I
It's explicitly why I told him not to program him with veins.
that certainly is weird. That someone would enjoy sticking other people with a needle.
It can
I
really help.
know, it's absolutely crazy. What's up with these folks who like to put pieces of metal into other people, you know?
I mean, you're made of metal, so I can't understand you.
I'm
All right, so as we move forward, so Ragesh waves to Alro and let's take care of these droids. And do we have hatches that we need to get through?
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
with the
they're-
lockdown ended, do we still need to get through them?
No,
Well, it just means that the locks aren't in, but I think that, and this is only because I read that part, but we physically need to open some of them.
not with computers. That was with mechanics.
Got it. Oh, I see. Okay, cool.
That was just bypassing.
Easier is
the
better.
computers check. Yeah.
And
Let's
We
push
still
down
have to
there.
go through them, but
as they go
Nothing
through
next.
them, Alra will be locking them behind them so that
Good
you
one.
won't get followed.
Oh, question. Do you have like shoulder cams and stuff like that?
Devo's got a built-in neural recorder, like a cybernetic.
R2's a camcorder, basically.
So basically, you can keep an eye on where they're going, and ahead of them, open up the doors and close them that way.
Yeah.
I've never linked my eyes to anyone, but sure, why not?
You're a droid. I imagine it's a fairly common thing for droids to do.
Well, not
Yeah, I
only
can
that,
just-
but you would just report back. We just passed by section B13. Close
Yeah, even if
after.
you
it.
don't
It's
link the vision,
yeah, it's not hard for us to coordinate that.
Yeah.
So we get to engineering.
Hang on, bear with me 2 seconds. Where'd it go? Yeah. James, I'm going to need you to do an event timer now.
Okay.
Ooh.
Now I need some Mission Impossible music.
If only we could put music.
Boom, 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 boom.
If only there was a program that would allow us to do that. We will add suspenseful music to our online role-playing game.
What
Yeah.
is there a timer at present, or are we just? What is it now?
It's at 0, so basically,
Just letting you know that there is now a timer.
yeah.
I'm just checking. So just let me know. I've got it's on the initiative tab on the normal mission timer section.
Right. Okay. I'll let you know. Right. From 2, then it goes up to 5. Oh, sorry, my cat's decided to put a pause under the mouse pad.
Just tell me when it's time to change it.
Okay.
Or what to change it to.
Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. As you are going, yeah, okay, there's various objectives you can pursue. Right, okay, each encounter approximately every 15 minutes, advance game timer by 1. Right, okay. Right, so if you can keep an eye every 15 minutes, if you can do the event timer by 1.
Wait,
Oh,
every 15 minutes in real
actual-
time?
In game time. In game time, yeah. Or each encounter approximately every 15 minutes of in-game time. That's what it says.
Right. So I can't tell you when 15 minutes of in-game time has passed.
Right.
You decide how long time passes.
Okay.
You
So
know?
whenever we change rooms or something, just like, yeah, it's been a half hour or whatever.
And also, I mean, a little bit of what I saw from the bottom on the first tab before I realized what it was, it said how long things took. So
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, the captain, she relays you objectives. Warn the rebel fleet. The disable primary communications array before the droids can call in reinforcements. Issue an abandoned ship order from SCOM. Excuse me, I got my cat deciding to stick her ass in my face. Disable hyperspace capable craft and free captured intelligence operatives and reclaim the ship. Primary comms. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, that's it. Okay, that's the objectives she's given you, okay?
Okay.
Right. You are free to pursue any of your objectives in any order. Though there are free-timed strategic events that trigger certain effects depending on your actions.
So, do we know what's closest to us out of those?
Right. I'm going to take you back to
To the front.
here, to the front. Ignore. Okay, let me get rid of her. Right, got rid of her. Right, you have PCOM, SCOM,
Is that like port and starboard, or is that just like what is that?
that is
okay.
what it looks like. No, not really, because
Oh yeah, because
SCOM doesn't. I mean, PCOM is definitely on the port side. SCOM is kind of dorsal.
yeah.
I think it might
Primary,
be
secondary, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, primary and secondary. Intelligence.
But out of those objectives, though, which one was the closest to where we are right now? Would you say?
Okay, so where would you be? You would be
Or at the bridge, or right next to it, probably. But yeah, at the bridge.
okay. I'm going to move. We're going to use one token. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move R2. I'm going to move you all to one side, if that's okay. And I'm going to use Zevo as like a group token. If that's okay with you guys.
Sure.
Just put Arlo on the bridge there, or Alro. Right there.
Yeah.
Hmm,
I know.
Okay.
I was so good for so long with that.
Right. Okay. It's your decision where you go first.
we should probably get the intelligence operatives first. I mean, they seem to be closest to us from where we are, and it's on our way up towards the communications array. Plus, they're the ones that the droids will probably be heading for first because they're all the rebel intelligence.
That makes sense. Unless some of us want to go to there and some of us to a different objective.
Yeah, split the party 3 ways. That always works.
Yeah,
Actually, sometimes it does.
yeah, this would this would also be a good place for like a handout or something.
Yeah, I was about to ask D if you could put it in a handout. Yeah. D, do you know how to use the handouts?
I used them once, so I didn't really think ahead of using handouts. Sorry, guys, my fault. My bad.
If you could just real quick type just a brief like each objective there, just because there were a bunch of them.
Right. Okay. I'll write it in chat.
Okay.
There's the Intel E com.
I mean, if the PDF that you have has that just like listed, you could just do a quick screenshot and just add it to handouts, so you don't have to type all that up.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I do have it on PDF because I had to send it to. Okay, where am I? Wrong way. 15. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Sorry about this. My bad. Close that. Right, let's go 13. Right. Okay. Control and that one. No, don't want to show you there. What's the button? It's going to add handout. Oh no, don't want print. Sorry, my fault. God, I am so sorry, guys. Okay, this is weird. My chat box has disappeared.
There's the 3 little sideways hashes.
Yeah, got it. Right, cool. Add handout. Okay. Right. Intel com. Okay, there should be one in there now.
Awesome.
Intel PCOM, SCOM, Hyperdrive, and Hyperships.
You have to make sure to show all players.
Yeah, I only see Rontos, which I can't imagine is.
I didn't want to get rid of the all of them, so.
Oh, you can just archive it to move it out of there.
Right. Okay. It should be in handouts now. If you want to click out and click back in.
It's not for me. Can you guys see it?
No, I just see Rontos.
You should see Rontos.
Yeah, I just.
So when you look at the handout, make sure that you put show to all players.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Or just right click it and hit show to all players, I think, too.
Yeah, show to
There
all
we go.
players. Okay, sorry.
I see the handout, but
There's nothing in there.
blank. Oh, it's
There's
all in the.
It's a description on the top. That's weird.
Well, but it just says Intel, PCOM, SCOM, Hyperdrive. It doesn't say what.
Yeah, I thought you were going to post a picture of the.
I'm trying to, but it just didn't want to take a screenshot.
Well, no, you would have to save the screenshot to your desktop and then you can upload it to the handout.
Right. Okay.
Or you could just type up the list if it's a short list.
Um. No, I got an idea. You tell me which one you want to go to first, and then I will give you the objectives. Okay.
Well,
So-
Whatever's the closest one.
without knowing though.
Yeah.
Right. You're going to intelligence. Yes.
Well, maybe, but we don't know what's like. We can't make a decision without information. I mean, we can, but we don't
Right.
want.
Okay. Intel is for the intelligence operatives trapped in their own brig. If accomplished, operatives can help you take back the ship. Resupply weapons, ammo, etc. There's 72 rebel operatives and 2 officers there. Life support. Repair and activate ship's life support. Hangar bay is basically just take out the hyperdrive capable craft. Analysis, secure and or wipe the intelligence data core. Free captured officers and analysts.
So
What
it looks like we
the
should
computer-
start moving up, like from the bridge directly, just like Sophia said, to the intelligent operatives barracks, then to the analysis deck. Maybe Alro can actually head down to the life support and try to repair it directly.
That sounds good to me.
Alright, before you go, okay, you've got guys on the bridge there, so you can secure the Navi computer if you want. Do you want to do that first?
Do I want to what first?
The Navi computer.
You mean so that we don't smash into the black hole?
No, so they don't get the location to the fleet.
Sure. Okay. What's the rule?
It's going to be a hard computers check. And I'm going to give you a couple of boosts because you do have help.
Okay.
Okay, yep, that's cool. You've secured the hyperdrive. You've secured the Navi computer. Okay, that's one done. Okay. 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 As Oro is doing that, you're making your way from there up
To the
to
intelligence officers.
yeah. Okay. As you're going there, the guys are going to be helping Oro. Obviously, monitor your movements, and they're going to give you help access through the doors. Okay. Right. So, intelligence officers. Okay. Deck 8. Okay. Right. What would typically be a large medical ward is mostly converted into barracks and training space, including a gymnasium, a pair of 30-meter firing ranges. The aft end of that deck is reinforced sub-level of the forward hangar bay, which are 4 decks high, with a hard knowledge warfare check. Or help from you can try and free operatives.
So they're trapped in the barracks. Is that how this is? Because of the lockdown, or just by other means?
There's a few droids there.
Oh, okay.
What kind of droids are we talking about?
They look. Bear with me 2 seconds. I should have started this earlier. Oh, why can't I? You have one of them. Oh, I still need some more training on this. And there's 3 of those droids.
So a medical droid and 3 protocol droids?
Yep.
Do they look armed?
The protocol droids are.
To each, yes.
Hey, what?
Okay. How do we want to approach this, guys? We want to just take him out, or
Absolutely. We don't have time to
Yeah.
negotiate.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So how far are we right now from the droids? Do they see us?
No, not yet.
I would say, given that it is 3 protocol droids and a medical droid, and we're us, maybe we should use the accelerated combat roll, because we're going to spend more time doing initiative than we are mowing these people down.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right, so just roll 1 combat check against some difficulty for the whole group of them, or is that what we're doing?
Yeah, let me pull that up, because I know it's in the core rulebook somewhere. I have to think about where it might be. But yeah, essentially you roll 1 combat check to resolve, kind of a foregone conclusion kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second.
So while that's happening, while he's looking that up, Ragesh would like to do a stealth check just to get even closer to them and possibly upgrade the roll or something.
Yep, go for it.
What's their perception? Or vigilance is fine.
Vigilance sounds good to me. Vigilance is okay. Nope, not that one.
I mean, they're minions, right? So they don't. Is it a ranked skill for them or no?
Show knowledge, perception.
You said perception, so
yeah.
Yeah, how
Yeah,
many are there?
they're minions. There's 3 in the protocol, and it seems there's 1 medical droid.
Okay, so 4 total, and what's their characteristic?
Characteristic for the
Cunning.
medical droid is 1 and 1.
Okay, so then it would be so it's 1, but they're 3 on top of, they're 3 additional
Yeah,
from the 1.
2 gray.
Exactly.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
1 red, 1 purple.
All right. Whoops. 1 red, 1 purple. And I'm actually going to remove one of those purples with Master of Shadows. All right. So
Just because you can.
yeah, Ragesh is going to get really close, and then so I'd like to use those 2 advantages to just, I would say, give a boost to the next check. And since it succeeded, so can we do 2 boosts to the combat check?
Oh yeah.
All right, cool.
So maybe we got up real close and then stun blasters to the face.
Or turn them off.
Well, that would be the stun. I don't think you're going to hit the switch, but maybe you are.
Oh, these are just going to be demolished. I mean, Ragesh
Yeah.
isn't going to try to waste time with, or even stun. Like the situation's way too dire to not make sure they are completely taken out.
Although we did want to have R2 potentially look under the hood of one of them, though.
Oh, sure, he'll rip
But
off their heads if he has to. I mean, that's he'll save the heads, but it's like they cannot be in any condition to be a threat as soon as we leave this portion of the.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Let's just destroy all 1,000 of the droids that we bought minutes ago. But yeah.
No, he's not destroying them. I mean, he's going to take off the heads. So
Okay.
they're
Yeah, I'll remember that the
Processors.
next time I run across an organic.
Ragesh would do the same thing with organics, maybe not as violently, but he does what needs to be done.
Stabbing them with a molecular stiletto.
Yeah.
I'm not killing them, I'm just taking off their heads.
Well, in this case, he's technically not killing them. I mean, he's not wiping out their existence. He's just making sure that they're offline. And
So basically, each PC makes 1 final check.
I mean, let's be honest, this could probably be taken care of with 1 roll anyway.
Yeah,
Especially if they're 1 big minion group.
I think that's like 1 group check makes sense.
Maybe
so
2.
Ragesh is close to them. Can I just roll a combat check?
Sure.
All right. So he's going to upgrade that twice. 4 and
Crazy thing I would like to point out though is not all the droids are probably our enemies right now, because there were probably some here before the psycho ones that we brought aboard.
These ones are clearly working together, though. So,
right. And then I
like
get
the protocol droids are armed,
2
for
boosts.
example.
Well, yeah, that's not normal.
Yeah, it's pretty clear from this particular instance.
So I'm going to say that Ragesh comes out of stealth. He's got his mimetic thing going on, and he's going to literally start separating the heads from these droids before they can even do anything. So maybe he jumps up, grabs one, hooks his legs around the throat of another, and he's taking the heads off. Boop, boop, boop.
Cool.
Okay, R2, do you want to take a look and see what's going on with these things?
Yes, I do.
I toss one of the heads to R2.
I catch it with my non-existent arms right in the face.
Yeah, forget he's not Chopper.
You got to think about these things, Ragesh.
I toss it so it lands in front of him. I lob it.
He bowls
Well,
it
that's
across
one
the
way to
floor.
get ahead.
Oh,
Those are with the
Rubesh.
advantages. It skids to a stop right in front of R2.
The triumph
Okay.
is that the access port is directly in front of his access connector thing.
You guys are so technically savvy. All right. will this be? I'm assuming computer, but maybe could be mechanical in any way, shape, or form. I'll let you make the call on that. Tell me which one I'm rolling.
It sounds computery to me if you're trying to
Yeah.
get
Sounds
to
good,
computer
yeah.
programming.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds
Right.
good to me.
So I just wasn't sure if maybe there could be something mechanically wrong as well.
Well, that would only mean
alright.
that you would then fix whatever mechanically is wrong, but then you still wouldn't know anything about what's actually happening.
Exactly.
Right. Anyway, what's the difficulty?
I'm gonna say 4 purple.
Purple, and I believe my gear will apply to this.
Yeah, you're definitely slicing into it. I would think Data Breaker would apply too.
Oh yeah, data breakers might very well apply. Okay. Got it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it is. You find out it's originally came from Hannah Station.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I hacked that station once.
Yeah. Did they find it? Did they find your hack?
I don't know. Nobody ever really followed up on that.
Okay. Yeah, these are your cheapy Imperial sabotage program droids. Well, that one is. It's quite possible the other one is as well. You can. Yeah.
So these are designed to be like infiltrate-y, sabotage-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I would just like turn my little head around and look right at him like, congratulations, you bought an entire army of saboteur droids and brought them aboard in a rebel ship. I would clap if I had hands.
That sounds invaluable. Who doesn't want an entire army of saboteur droids? We just need to, refocus them.
Yeah. We could still make it into a positive thing. We just need to keep
And
them from destroying the
R2.
ship first.
And for any sort of like a controller signal.
Oh yeah, let's
We got advantage.
is there anything like that?
Or like see droids if there is a receptor that would be for a controller signal.
Yeah,
Or
because
they
if
just
they all
operate
had like if they all had like a remote start, it might not help if we shut them all down anyway.
Not that you can find. There might be some nasty bugger around who may have triggered them.
I see.
You can't tell if they're being, triggered remotely or not, but there might be one within the droids that is kind of the commander, if anything else.
Yeah.
Right. And they're not currently receiving any orders or communications from anyone?
No, they're just having pre-programmed. It feels, as you go through the programming, you feel that this was definitely set up.
Like somebody figured that the rebellion was going to get their hands on this?
Yeah.
Maybe the Hutts duped us.
Or the captain.
Or the captain. I'll let you organics deal with the politics, but that's the info right there. We were set up.
Vengeance will be R2's. Okay, next.
All right, so I guess while we're doing this is Arlo's again. does Alro
like 70 troopers, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's helpful for could we send them to deactivate the hyperdrive capable ships? Like, we don't need to do that. Anyone can do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially, they're probably more capable because they're their ships, basically. They know them better than we do.
Or you could get them to go through the mechanics and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I think sending them after the ships is probably best because that could be a time-consuming task.
Right. With lots
Speaking
of
of
people
time, actually, how much did the intelligence operation thing take on the timer?
What do you reckon, James?
I mean,
got the
I'm-
book that says Holland go places.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay. Oh god, I am no good with timers.
we could just say it took like a half hour.
Okay, I'll say 25 minutes for that.
So
You know,
about a half hour.
to get from where you were to there.
The mission timer goes. It was 15 minutes per increment, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So we'll just say it was 2 increments then.
2 increments. Okay. Resilience checks for suffocation.
Wait, what?
Okay, sorry, forget that. Carry on. Let's go.
Like, if,
You know what? I'm gonna say screw the event timer. Sod it. Forget the event timer. Let's go.
well, so it's fine to have the event timer. It adds interesting things. But if you had said the whole time there's no air, we would have dealt with things in a different order. You know, like
Yeah,
air.
my-
is number one.
Yeah. Okay. My apologies. So we'll screw the event timer. Oro.
Yes.
We can't
support.
breathe.
Rakesh can.
Oh god, R2 would just be like, oh god, I can't breathe. Oh wait. I've never breathed.
He has breathed his last, but never his
Okay.
first.
Okay. So Oro, done the bridge. Going down to life. Were you going down to life support? I think. you
Yeah,
were,
I
weren't you?
suppose so. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man, I need a vacation. Why can't these guys just put in a proper place? Okay. Deck F26. Okay, repair and reactivate the life support. Okay, go for it. I'm going to say a 4 purple computers check for that, please.
Oh, computers. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to flip.
I'll do master slicer and reduce the difficulty.
Okay.
And don't forget to stim yourself too.
Oh yeah. Okay, sure. I'll stim myself. Does that? It needs an average medicine roll.
Yeah.
And the answer from the devs was it was not made harder
Correct.
as a self.
Yes. Yep. He said
Yeah,
absolutely not. The talent
Right.
specifically has to say that. Nice.
Right. If it doesn't specify like a difficulty, right? That was the
Right.
the crux of it. If it specifies a difficulty, that overrides.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. You hear the whine of the air recyclers kicking back up.
So we'll say that happened while we were.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you guys were going up, Aura was making her way down, and as you were fighting, she was doing that check.
Okay.
Okay. Right, so 72 rebel operatives you have.
So I say we send them to the hangar bay, and they can take care of the ships. While we, because there could be a lot of them in there.
Yeah. That's
While
a
we
great
go to-
idea.
PCOM or SCOM, probably PCOM because it's closer.
Well, wait. We
Okay.
also had the analysis deck though, because we have to make sure that that information gets locked down.
Yes. Yes.
So I would say analysis deck first.
Yeah, it's kind of like Jeff said, sweep up and then make it a natural progression of things. And
Exactly.
And maybe we can instruct the people that are going to the hangar bay, like tell them to head to like SCOM afterwards or something, and we'll hit PCOM.
Yes.
Kind of divide and conquer that way.
That is a good idea.
So we're going to the analysis deck then.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it on a book.
Encounter on the way.
Okay, come on. Okay, here we go. Okay, deck 15. Secure and or wipe the intelligence data core.
All right. What's the difficulty for the computers check?
That sounds like child's play.
Bear with me 2 seconds, guys. I know you're just going to say something like you've already had more than 2 seconds. On the analysis deck, okay, there's 2 of these dudes and 3 of those. Another 3 of those ones. I'm going to say, yeah, let's do the. What we'll do is we'll carry on with the combat that James suggested.
We'll do the quick combat again.
Yeah.
Maybe this time, Aiden. So we found out that they're sabotage droids, so we don't necessarily have to spare all of them, maybe, or should we try to anyway?
Well,
We'll
just
take
make
we
sure
can
that
fix them
they're
after.
disabled, but there are plenty, so we can always get information out of the ones that, aren't completely wrecked. So I would say, especially since we have 1,000 to choose from, I wouldn't worry about getting rid of the ones that are right in front of you.
All right, yeah, that's fine. That's a fair assessment.
Like a droid on a droid.
Yeah, so maybe Aiden will take this one, and
Take which one?
this combat check.
Okay.
What range would you say we are from them? Long, maybe? Medium?
Give me a stealth. I was going to say, give me a stealth check, and we'll get you into medium.
Would we be long otherwise? Because if we are, then it's functionally identical to Aiden.
You'd probably want to go for precision strikes.
I mean, the distance
It's
doesn't
entirely
matter
up to you.
much to him.
His
He
point
has
is, between his attachments and stuff, it's the same difficulty, and if he's got one of the attachments, it might actually even be easier.
I'll stay at long. That's fine. So I have accurate and is there anything else going on for the difficulty?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just.
So then I will aim as well. And go. Yep.
Okay.
Well done.
Okay. You take them down. Okay. There's 10 officers and 15 analysis operatives. Okay. Data core. Okay. Right.
Some of them are jealous.
Yeah, you could be. Yeah. Hey, why not? Yeah. Okay. You've got the deck secure.
Right. So now that it's kind of secure here, do we need to like lock down the computer up here, or can we just seal off the room and call it a day? Like maybe.
I'd say lock down the computers. Up to you.
All right. So R2.
All right. What checks that? It's gonna be
Computers.
computers, and what's the difficulty?
I'm going to say same as the last one, and I'm upgrading.
Okay, so it'll be 3 purple, 1 red. Data breaker most likely applies, I'm guessing, and my tools. Roll it. Nailed it.
Yep.
Nice.
Lockdown and encrypted.
R2 scoffs at daunting difficulty computers checks.
Basically.
Okay, so next one should be what? Impossible?
He's made it.
I know, so is Dara. Anyway, okay. Right, with analysis done. Off to PCOM.
All right. So while this is happening, maybe we hear from the intelligence operatives we set free. They finished with the hangar bay, maybe.
Yep, they've released the engineers who are heading to engineering,
Okay.
and the intelligence guys are heading to ESCOM.
So
Is someone humming in the background?
I think it's David. I'm not sure.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I forgot I didn't have my mic muted.
He was just doing some background music. It's okay.
Yeah. Just humming Paint It Black.
Which band?
Oh, wow, I'm blanking.
With the Rolling Stones, I assume.
Stones.
Yeah.
Stones and another band did it. Okay. Right. Stop droids from calling reinforcements. If failed, ISD Ice Heart arrives.
Wait,
So-
what arrives?
I don't think we're supposed to know that.
Oh.
So
Okay.
Let's
yeah.
just-
Okay. Yes. Whatever. Anyway. One saboteur, Astro Protocol. Okay, let's go. What you see there is there. Now we're basically going to do the.
someone else
Same.
want to do their combat turn? Sophia, maybe.
Hey,
Jeff?
Jeff, are you there? You may be hardware muted. Hello, Jeff.
All right, we're muted. Hold on.
Oh,
We
there
can
you
hear
are.
you now.
Good. Yeah. So let me just double check.
Hopefully, you haven't been saying things this whole time. And
No, I haven't. Well, I don't know if that's good or bad. But she'll commit her force dive, a force dive for sense offense, so it'll upgrade it twice. And then she'll just charge at him. Shield and sword, all that fun jazz.
Okay. And the battle cry is.
Just a yell. Just
Combat
roars at them. Yep.
Yep. Okay. R2, you're up.
David.
Sorry, I was muted.
And humming in the background, I take it.
No humming. I was talking to you guys and not realizing, waiting for an answer, and then I realized it was never coming. Anyway, what check is this? Do we just move on to the next area already?
Yeah, we're in PCOM right now.
You're in PCOM, and you need to see if they've called for reinforcements.
So it's another computers check. Difficulty?
Yep. I'm going to say 5 purple.
Just to make it a little more difficult?
Yeah.
Make things more
Okay.
interesting.
I believe. Hold on. Yeah, if I really wanted to. Alright. I think I'll go ahead and use my implanted cyberjack, and
There
I'll
you go.
decrease it back down to 4. Because, I scoff at daunting, but let's not get crazy here.
Okay, you get in, and they haven't called for reinforcements.
Cool. Can I block communication so that they are incapable of calling for reinforcements?
You can, or you could also call for reinforcements for yourselves.
I mean, I could do that first, and then.
Just let them know, hey, we're going radio silent, just so you know.
Yep, go for it. Go for it.
We're all dying, and we're turning off the radio so that they can't make us die better.
Very nice paraphrasing there.
Okay.
Or was that literally what you sent to Rebel Command?
Oh, I have no idea.
That might have just been what he literally says.
You know what? Just for funsies? Sure, why not? That's what I literally said.
And maybe with the additional send backup.
Yeah, send backup. That's part of the we're dying. They need to send backup.
Oh, you hear the air recyclers whir into life.
Wonderful. Now we won't, suffocate.
Sorry, I should have said that ages ago.
I thought you did.
That's all right. We were holding our breath for the past hour.
I've been holding my breath since birth.
Since creation, you mean?
No, I was born.
R2 just came into the world.
Okay. Right. Okay. SCOM.
That should be handled by the other guys.
That's being handled by the other guys. You get a message through saying SCOM clear.
Well done then.
Excellent.
To the engineering sector then, with apparently the help of the engineers from the hangar bay, right?
Yep.
Let's go, team. Dun-da-da.
Go, team, go.
Oh, let's go.
What's Oro up to?
Holding the line?
Yeah, I mean, just there's nothing else on our side that needs fixing. So keeping everyone informed, making sure that nothing has been taken from the analysis servers and all that kind of stuff, and making sure all the intelligence is safe.
Yep. Okay. And you get a few intelligence guys from analysts. They're coming down and checking.
They're all poring over the documents.
Yeah, they're going over the documents, and there's a few of them just doing quarter room checks. Okay, right. Aft section. Right. Did I leave? Yeah. Oh, I'm so bad at this.
No, I bought it because it was cute. But it's terrible.
Whoa, where did that come from?
Someone's watching TV in the background?
Probably.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my dad and my brother are very loud.
Oh. Tell her we said hello.
Yeah.
I will.
Okay, engineering. Okay.
I forget, was there something in the aft hangar bay as well, or is that just kind of where we came in originally?
Yeah, you would have come in through the aft end and traversed the neck to the front, because since the front hangar is more or less converted into analysis and whatnot.
Should we also check there before we head to engineering? It looks like it's almost on the way anyway. Just to make sure no one's messed with our ride home.
Can do. Nothing in there. You apart from headless bodies of droids.
Oh, did those Jawas take them all out?
And the old tower.
Nice. There's no rules for that yet, R2.
Oh, I wish I'd hurry up with that. Okay. Okay, secure engineering. Okay, the guys came in before and completely took out whatever. Okay, engineering is secure. There's a chief engineer, Dargo. Provides a boost to any mechanics or computers checks to restart the satellite engines.
So we gotta look at that in the hyperdrive, right? Back here.
Sublight and yeah, hyperdrive.
All right, R2, your time to shine again.
All right, once more into the breach, my friends.
Yes.
And what'd you say the difficulty was, or did you? I can't remember.
She didn't yet. No.
Same as last time. Please.
Well, I guess, you know what? Might as well use the cyber check again.
Is there a downside to that specifically?
Yeah, it takes strain.
Oh, okay.
I think I just messed it up.
A whopping 2 of them.
Yes. Archer's only got like what, 11 or something, or 12?
Yeah, 14.
Oh, 14.
But it usually goes down because we always hit obligation. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised nothing hit.
If I really wanted to, I could use my data breaker with the unskilled assistance of my little remote droid as well. That would just give me 4 boosts.
The chief engineer provides a boost to any mechanics or computers.
Yeah, so if you didn't already add that, add that.
I don't really know if I need to, but all right, yeah, sure.
Yeah, just get another, Cool. All right, so what does that do?
Yep, you've got the engine starting to kick over. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. They say the engines are coming back online. They have no estimate in which time. Who's feeling lucky? And I don't mean a leprechaun.
Zivo is always feeling very lucky. He owns a casino.
The luck is always rigged in his favor.
Exactly.
Okay, roll me a force die.
I can do that.
Please.
Okay, I mean, that's not as bad as it could be.
In a way, it's lucky that it wasn't too dark.
Yeah. It is the most common side of the Force die, I believe.
It is.
It is, believe it or not. Okay.
I do, in fact, believe it. Even though I said
it. It's mathematically proven, actually.
It is known.
Right.
Yes.
I don't like the misuse of the word prove. It's part of being a philosophy major, but in this case, you're correct. We can easily prove it is the most common.
Yes.
Okay. Right. 2 of the ion engines have come online. And one of the engineers saying, okay, we're going to need one more to really able to actually move out of the event horizon.
So is that another mechanics check or?
Yeah, give me another mechanics check. Please.
Sounds like fun. Okay.
We could have also used our tug to avoid that problem, perhaps, but, you know.
Maybe. What's the difficulty for this mechanics check?
I'm gonna say 4.
All right, and I will use BD just because I can. It's my little remote. It's my buddy droid. That's why it's BD. Meh. All right, there we go.
Okay. The other one, you more or less give it a mechanics knock, and it comes back to life. And the crew in the engineering deck actually, they're just giving roars of applause to you, R2.
Thanks.
Thanks for doing our jobs for us.
I'd give you a little bow, but I have no hips.
You have servos in the legs.
Yeah, I mean, you could still.
You have
Yeah, R2 can bow.
It's not so much a bow as it is tipping forward a little bit, but
We get
But
the
isn't
idea.
that
what a bow is.
In the end, it's just
I mean, like-
tipping forward a little bit.
well, potentially hazardously for our ships.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Its
worried
center of
about.
gravity would be all off.
Right, okay, I'm going to call it here. Okay.
Okay.
So we're now going to go into XP. For finishing, I'm going to give you 15 base.
All right, give me 1 sec, because I can't put it in the dossier yet.
Okay,
Okay. I'm ready now.
okay. 15 base. For securing the droids, I'm going to give you +2. That's also including knocking her down to, what was it? 30% less of what she was going to get it.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, she originally wanted 10, so we got it for 3.75 million.
Yeah,
No, the worth was 10. She offered it to us for 5.
yeah.
Well, that's because we asked for the bulk discount. If we hadn't asked for the bulk if we had bought them one by one, we would have gotten fleeced. We also would have been there all day swiping that credit card one by one.
We would have gotten flagged by, it would have been
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fraud.
they would have closed
Fraud
our card and
protection
then called us and be like, hey, I think there's some fraud going on here.
Like, no, I'm just buying 1,000 droids one at a time. If they charge you for 1,001, yeah, it's fraud. But that 1,000th droid, I bought it.
Yes.
So at this point, they want to do like a contested dispute here. I would say the product is not as advertised.
Yeah, do a chargeback.
Sort of scene. No refund.
So 15 days, 2 for securing the droids
Okay.
and the discount.
Yeah, and a discount.
Okay.
For saving a ship, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say 3 for saving the ship and the crew.
That rolled into 1 there for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
How about for figuring out they were saboteur droids? I mean, not that was hard per se.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that.
I mean that they were specifically programmed to be that. Yeah.
Are we gonna resolve the fact that we were supposedly set up?
Yeah. Yeah. +1 for that. Anything else?
Well, I'm just worried. Who are we? I was actually worrying about: are we going to approach that person and discuss with them if they're going to get to keep all their digits and whatnot?
Seems like that's not the case.
At least not in this mission, maybe.
Okay.
It would have gone into episode 3, but I thought, I wanted James to finish on time. I wanted James to be able to do, you guys to do what you wanted to do for the rest of the day. Okay, so I'm going to cap it.
We're at 20 or 21.
I've got 20, 15 base, 2 for securing the droids at a discount, 3 for saving the ship and crew.
Okay.
I like to put in one for just the, Pawapa Major Domo Zivo the Hut, or Thala the Hut.
Yep.
Negotiation power hour.
It really was. Like, you just.
And we could have gotten a much bigger discount. I listened to you guys and didn't re-roll. I had 2 re-rolls.
Oh, you should have said you had 2 rerolls. I mean, we
3.
normally assume that you've got just 1, so.
No, I've got 2.
Yeah.
For negotiation.
I always forget Zivo has 2.
You gotta communicate, man. Let us know.
I said it, but there were a lot of people talking.
Oh, okay.
It's all good.
All right.
Okay. Anything else?
MVP then, or credit payout for ourselves.
Yeah. Okay, Merp and MVP. Merp first.
Regesh, I'd say.
Yeah, Regesh had a big part.
That works. Yep.
Thanks.
20 for the total. I'll put it up tomorrow after their session.
Yeah.
Good reminder.
I just wanted to write it
I
down
always
so I
forget
wouldn't
that.
forget.
Yeah, I just write it in like a Gmail draft if it's this situation and just paste it in.
Yeah.
So it sounds like
Okay.
Rogesh unchallenged for Merp unless someone else wants to nominate.
No, that seems good.
Okay.
Honorable mention to Zivo a little bit. For his
Takes 2 to tango into the Eno Thala tango.
Yeah.
Okay. MVP.
Zivo. Getting that sweet deal and just, that. Even though they were saboteur droids, I mean, still, it's pretty big moving that much.
Yeah,
product.
R2 for all the mechanics checks.
Yeah.
R2 didn't notice that they were saboteur droids.
Hey, you told me to check them out mechanically. You didn't say I should check the programming.
I just said check them out. I did not specify mechanically versus.
Hey, Allroad was helping. This is on Allroad too.
No,
I didn't say it wasn't. Didn't say it wasn't.
That's a good point. And I would also nominate Alro too. I mean, there were lots of important checks that went around. So
Yeah, lots of stuff went down.
So I guess it's down to the vote then.
Yep, down to the vote.
So R2, Alro, or Zivo? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Ooh, decider.
That is decidedly undecisive.
All right, Tommy. 3-way roll off.
You're doing this on purpose. D100?
That would be the equitable way.
yeah, high is bad, so the lowest.
Oh, okay. Thanks for that.
Tell him after he rolled high, even though he had no control over which way he rolled. So it looks like Zivo.
Yeah, congrats, Evo.
There was just that split second where, I had hope, and then he crushed it immediately after the roll.
We always do high is bad with the 1D100 rules.
Except for every now and then when we don't.
Not me. I mean,
Yeah.
I try to keep that consistent. So.
What about duty? Because
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
there's definitely some resource acquisition.
Oh,
there.
but then again, it's like we did bring I mean, it's kind of like
we got the
minus
tug.
20
Come on.
duty. We put this whole place in danger.
the tug.
The tug, yeah, that's a resource that we acquired.
Plus 5 minus 20.
Shoddy droids.
I mean, sure, duty, but
What do you think?
What
It's not
about
our
any
fault.
intelligence duty for having found the fact that these were specifically sent for us?
I think it needs
Anything?
I mean, is that
intelligence
really a
for-
mystery for us to be like, ooh, incredible intel, they were sent against
I
us?
think
Okay, but we were under the impression that pirates nicked them, but now it's looking like they were put out there for fishing purposes. Now maybe the rebellion will be a little more wary of things that look too good to be true.
That's
if,
actually a
if
very
we,
good point.
I was gonna say if we got intelligence duty, it would be for saving the intelligence on the ship.
That could
Yeah,
They're
also
the
be.
ones
yeah,
that also sent us
Yeah.
contact,
yeah.
right?
That's a good point.
Anyway, what would the magnitude for that be? 1, 2.
You did quite a lot of saving of,
I would say two,
slaves.
because we do have the scale a little bit different, and if it's pretty impressive, it's usually a two. So
You saved the fleet. You saved an extra 2 sets. So,
So
that's-
for people that have the resource acquisition, I guess 1 or 2 for the tug. You think?
I'd say one
I'm
for
also
one
very
for the.
reasonably understanding of zero because of general shitstormage.
Yeah, I mean that could be a 2.
Well, just think they could put all the droids back together and reprogram them.
Also,
That would be really labor intensive.
We were set there by the rebellion.
Like it was our mission to get them. To be fair, yeah.
Hey, we got you the droids. What else do you want? You said
What
droids.
condition the droids you wanted them in? What condition you wanted the droids in?
Yeah. Now they have a lot of droid parts.
You never specified that you wanted us to make sure that they weren't killer saboteur droids.
because that's definitely not a given. So we'll have.
Yeah.
Hey, with Zevo, you got he charges for everything. They didn't buy the non-killer droid package.
They didn't buy it from Zevo's grand insurance company.
To be fair,
Insurance
I didn't
against
know.
killer
They
droids.
should have gotten insurance. That's what it comes
That
down to.
these are secret infiltration killer droids, they would have been worth way more than that. We bought them as like assorted droids, but these have a purpose. We got a deal, guys. We got a deal. This is a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
It's hard to say.
I'm just saying, next time they should just not send 1,000 droids to do what one R2 unit can do.
R2s, R2s.
All right. Well,
Um,
should we just say we're not getting duty for that one, or 1?
I think no duty is reasonable given the outcome.
I'd say no duty, definitely.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So,
Yeah.
do we get an
That's it.
individual credit payout just for doing the mission at all, or no?
Hmm.
Yeah. Once again, this is kind of like, would they have really? We made things
Yeah.
a lot worse, and they've got a lot of repair bills that they're gonna have to go through. I really doubt they're
Yeah.
gonna have stuff to spare to.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, I'd say I'm with Tommy on that one.
Okay.
We escaped with our
Anyway.
lives. That's reward enough for now.
You exactly. Anyway, thanks for playing, guys. I do apologise for the screw ups.
Yeah, it's all right.